bitch no good for you. I'm like, you don't understand. This bitch so thick, so good. I'm like, goddamn, you dirty bitch. They don't understand. This bitch came from the trenches. I don't understand. This bitch take off her shirt like she been in the penitentiary. She finna say, ooh. She finna say, and bro, that dope.
Dude, that is just crazy, bro.
Music matters. What were you saying, Zan?
Music matters. We were talking about dreams.
Yeah.
And we were talking about how dreams are connected to the afterlife, possibly. You know, there's been a lot of reports of people saying that when their friend passes away or someone close to them that they love, they'll have a dream of that person before they pass away, right? So that's one thing. That's one piece of this puzzle. People having dreams of their past one saying, hey, I gotta go, I'll see you later. And then, motherfucker, they dead the next day. We don't know where dreams fucking come from, you know. But when we die, DMT is released into our brains. And DMT is also the same thing that gives us our dreams, right? So if it's the thing that gets fucking flooded when we die, we just get surged off DMT. And it's what gives us our dreams. I think there's a correlation between the afterlife, death, and the dreams that we had.
And then also psychedelic states.
Absolutely.
It's like all three of those things are like one and the same. You ever heard the theory that we evolved from, like, okay, so obviously we evolved from apes, right? But it's like we evolved from apes because the apes like had a heightened consciousness because of the fact that they had a bunch of mushrooms and they were eating them.
Yeah. Do you want to hear something even weirder?
Yeah.
Is that we don't even have like our genetic composition is shared more with mycelium than it is with apes.
Dude, I've heard that before.
So we're more we're
me.
more mushroom than we are monkey.
Cannibal.
That's fucking wild.
Dude, mushrooms, like, this was wild to me, right? It's like, there are so many correlations between, like, mushrooms and, like, thoughts in the human consciousness. Like, there's so much, like, exactly what you just said, like, how DMT is released when we die.
Mm-hmm.
Like, well, actually, this, I guess, I don't even know the answer to this question, but, like, when people smoke DMT, how do people get DMT?
Hey,
What do you
can we get some scientific evaluation?
Yes.
We actually have an expert on this.
What is it?
We have an expert on this. Just
Like,
come in here.
Like, how do you, like,
Just, crawl in here. Crawl
it's
in
a
here.
plant, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Indiana Jones it.
How's it going?
Yes.
What's the question?
Say your name.
My name is Liam Barry, and I am your temporary DMT representative.
Deontologist.
Deontologist. So,
Deontologist.
what is it? How do we get it? How do we smoke it?
Yeah,
right?
like, well, because it's a plant, right? But how do they? So, for example, if it's a chemical that's released in your brain, how do they plantify that?
It
Like, how
is
it-
DMT is like a natural chemical that is like found in lots of like different plants, and you can extract it from several different things. But mainly, you start with Amila hostilis, I believe is what it's called, and then there's a chemical extraction process where I'm not sure exactly what is done, but like you extract it and it turns into a crystal, and from that point you can either use the crystal powder and like put it on top of like a bowl with like weed and a bong. That's usually how it's smoked, or you can dab it out of a dab rig. But people will oftentimes, for ease of use, melt the crystal into like an oil or some sort of like propylene glycol, some sort of like whatchamacallit, like oil that you put into carts and shit. So mainly people will like take DMT, turn it into a crystal, and then put it into a cart in oil form. But yeah.
Oh, so it's like the same way that people like we were talking about. People make like cannabis butter, and you can like melt it down and put it in stuff. It's like a similar process.
I believe it's a similar process, because once you have it in the in its like crystal form, all you got to do is like put it at a really low temp and just kind of like melt it with some other stuff.
That's a trip. There's so many things. This thought blows my mind. It's like things like cannabis and things like mushrooms. If these things come out of the ground, like, who are we as like members of like a society and a government to be able to outlaw things that come from Earth?
Yeah.
Like how arrogant is that for us to think that like we have some sort of society that is like greater than Earth, that we can like dictate what is okay that comes out of Earth and what is not okay that comes out of Earth.
Yeah, it's foul. It's ignorance, bro. I mean, think about it like this: everything we've ever gotten is returned. Think about it: the clothes that we wear, the food that we eat. Everything, bro. We fucking piss and shit, bro. We live these lives, bro. But everything gets returned.
Yeah.
We are borrowing everything. We're borrowing time, and we're borrowing this land. You know, we don't own shit.
Yeah.
Nobody owns anything, but that's
specifically the land thing.
yeah, bro.
Yeah.
It's all part of the ruse, right? To get niggas to like work towards, oh, I gotta make money so I can buy this car, so I can,
Yeah.
you know, I gotta go to college. I gotta spend 20 years at this shit, man, so I can get a piece of paper, man. Like at the end of the day, bro, we don't own nothing, bro. Like we really have nothing but ourselves, just our souls. You know what I'm saying? And it's fucking sad, bro. It's sad. Looking at the state of the world, I really think it's depressing, bro, to say the least, bro, because we're all so like, I don't know, I guess for lack of a better term, I feel like if everybody was on the same page, everybody got quote unquote educated, right? Because obviously there's different kinds of education, but if everybody was on the same fucking page and we were all, you know, understanding like, oh, we're human, we just have this life, we just have to, you know, try to be the best we can in this lifetime. Like, I feel like life would be different if we all valued things a lot more than we do.
Well, our value systems are so like, oh my god, are so like out of line with like what actually matters. That's like actually something that like I started to realize. Like, it made me kind of reevaluate the things in my life that I give meaning. You know what I mean? It's weird to think about the idea that like money, for example, money seems like such like a centralized thing in our life. But it's really just a human construct. Like, there's no actual value to, like, this piece of paper, like this green piece of paper that's, like, given to us by a bank.
Yeah, bro.
There's no legitimate value to that. Whereas, like, something like a steak or, like a cow that you kill and you eat, there's, like, value to that. There's, like, physical nutrition to that. Whereas, like, a dollar bill is just something that we've assigned value.
I was gonna say, like, on the, like, topic of, like, just, like, shit, like...
Yeah,
of, like, I was, like... what was it? It was like at like Santa Cruz at the boardwalk, and like some shit that like occurred to me that was like, it's like simple as shit, but it was like weird to think about. I'm like, yo, like these seagulls don't have to pay to be at the boardwalk, and like these seagulls, like their like seagull society don't have some like dumb shit. Like they don't have amusement parks. Like they don't get to choose what they want to do. They kind of just like do.
Dude, I've thought about the amusement park thing before. How weird is that? Like, when you think about it, like compare, like, something like an amusement park, like the pinnacle of capitalism, to, like a park. So just like a regular natural park, you know what I mean? Like, that is, like, it's such a weird idea that, like, we are so hungry for things like amusement and entertainment and constant stimulation that we literally have, like, these, like, destinations where we go, and the entire purpose is that we have to, like, find some sort of like entertainment out of them. That's a weird concept.
At some point in your life, you have to ask yourself, where the fuck am I going?
Yeah.
You know, I had a very scary realization on psychedelics where I spent like 3 weeks in a row. I was with my homeboys and we would just take acid every weekend. Obviously, we were frying our fucking brains. We didn't know no fucking better being in high school.
Yeah.
But after the third weekend of doing the same fucking shit, going to Golden Gate Park, getting fucking fried, I had this realization where it was like, where the fuck am I going? Yeah. I'm doing this. We just did this last weekend and the week before that weekend. And then what? I'm going to go home. And then what? I'm going to go to school. And then from school I go home. And then from home to work. And then from yada yada yada. It's just this endless fucking cycle. Why the fuck am I living in this endless fucking cycle and doing the same shit every fucking day with no fucking idea of direction or any kind of like, I'm just living on a fucking on a whim, on fucking autopilot. And you look around, I look around now and it's like a lot of people are living on autopilot. Yeah. And it sucks. It fucking sucks. If humans had the fucking quote unquote time, right? Because a lot of people don't think they got time like that. Oh, I don't got time to be chasing my dreams. Oh, I don't got time to be doing what I love. I gotta make money, or I gotta do this. Like, if we had this time, bro, we'd all be able to sit around a fucking campfire and tell each other our stories, share wisdom, you know what I'm saying? Get on each other, fucking hold each other accountable. But nah, bro, we're all so disillusioned, bro. Yeah. We're trapped in this fucking, in this reality, in this fucking cycle of misery, man, and it sucks.
The floating thing is weird. Like when people are quite literally just like floating through life. You know, like you're waking up every single day without like a discrete goal, without like a, how am I going to take like one step today towards like my 10-year goal? Because when you get in that space, you can get like really, really depressed because you're just kind of moving. Like you're not, I feel like the best way to like battle depression, the best way to battle like sadness in your life is to like every day be like stepping towards something. Be that just waking up and going to the gym. Be that like making a song. Be whatever, you know, just like taking a step towards your goal. Like you have to keep like moving.
Yeah, a wise man told me, you know, your only competition is who you were yesterday. And once I heard that, it was liberation for me, you know, because I spent my whole life thinking that I wasn't good enough for shit. You know, I grew up, my fucking pops was never in my life, so I always thought if I wasn't good enough for my fucking dad, who the fuck am I gonna be good enough for? My mom's always fucking working, so I barely see my moms, you know what I'm saying? Grandma working, uncle working, spent a lot of time alone, spent a lot of time by myself with my own thoughts, never being able to go outside, being inside simply because what? Oh, niggas just had to... my mom don't trust the neighborhood. Oh, you gonna be inside all day? Okay, now I'm inside. I'm thinking to myself like, what the fuck am I doing here? You know what I'm saying? Just thinking to myself. Now, when it comes to the topic of like depression and sadness and shit like that, like you can't stress yourself because I mean, you think about the past, you get depressed. You think about the future, you get anxiety, right? So it's like you cannot get to a point in your life where you're just putting all this weight on your fucking shoulders, bro. Like, oh, I gotta make this move. But what happens when that happens? You have to take everything one step at a time. There's this book, it's called, like, The Horse, the Fox, the Boy, yada, 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 whatever. And basically, this boy has to take a journey. It's like a million steps, right? He has to take all these fucking, paces. And he looks at the horse and he says, like, I don't know if I can fucking do this, you know, like, I'm terrified. The horse looks at him and is literally like, can you see your next step? And he's like, yeah. And he's like, that's the only one you got to worry about. You don't got to worry about what happens down the line if that, you know what I'm saying? Like, living now, trying to be fucking grounded and present, like, it does numbers. But it's hard.
I think what you just said, like, I can't remember, because I say this all the time, but I can't remember if I took it from you or not. I took it from you or somebody else, but it's like, anxiety is a fear of the future, and depression is a fear of the past.
It's like a Buddhist thing.
Yeah, right?
Definitely like a Buddhist thing.
So it's like presence is like the epitome of peace. Because it's like when you truly live in this moment, you're not worrying about the past or the future, and when you're present like that, I feel like that's how you perform at like your peak. You know, when you're really, like, here. Yeah,
and that, you know, to be present, it requires focus. And that's something a lot of people don't got. We're all not just disillusioned, but we don't have focus. So us as a society, we're constantly focusing on multiple things at once, right? Because, oh, I can multitask, I can do that. I don't think multitasking is real, you know? And I think
what do you mean?
I mean that in the sense that it's like, it's a lot more efficient to solo task things. It's a lot more efficient to do, all right, I'm gonna do this right now, knock that out, okay, then I can do this, knock it out systematically instead of trying to do everything at once, exerting your energy in different places when you should be focusing on one thing at once. You know, it's like, yes, you could be a jack of all trades, bro, but find the time to do that one trade at that moment instead of trying to fucking fuck yourself up and do all the things at once. You don't have 8 arms, you know, you don't have 2 minds, you don't have 2 hearts, you have one. So you gotta drill it in to do one thing at a time.
And it's also like, bro, you ever like, look at instructions, for example, my nigga. Have you ever seen instructions where it's like, step 1, do step 2 and 7 at the same time?
Yeah.
Yeah, literally, dude. Do you ever get in, like, because I get in spaces like this all the time, where, like, you have, like, a list of, like, a million things to do, and you try to, like, do, like, little pieces of each one simultaneously, but you end up getting absolutely nothing done?
Yeah.
That happens to me constantly, and it messes your focus up, too.
Yeah.
It's like, I feel like you have to, I don't know, like, it's hard to think, like, a million steps in the future, but you have to have, like, a goal. You gotta be, like, stepping towards something. And I feel like it's really important, like, when you get in, like, a funk or, like, a bad place, to, like, remember the future. Because that's, like, I mean, I think things get scary when people stop thinking about the future. And by that I mean, like, you know, like, if you really, really, like, are in a bad place, maybe even thoughts taking your life, you know, it's like a good antidote to that is thinking about, okay, this is this moment, here's where I'm going to be in 10 years. And it's interesting because that's almost the opposite of what I was just saying.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, you have to be present, but be present and aware of, like, where you're going. It's almost like you have to know your direction, you know?
Yeah.
Like, what's your point? No, you go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, it's It's gnarly, man.
Yeah.
Like, life is a crazy thing. One, we don't know why the fuck we're here. Two, nobody can tell us why the fuck we're here. And three, everybody's just gonna do what the fuck they want to do at the end of the day anyways, right? We can get caught up in, like, disillusion. We can get caught up in not focusing. But I think once we start to think, like, oh, I'm not gonna think about the future. I'm just gonna live now. That's, like, that fast life mentality, bruh. And a lot of it comes from just, like, pain, bruh. And like, a doubt of faith. Like, oh, I don't think tomorrow's gonna be any better. You ever notice how people talk about the good old days? They're like, oh man, remember the good old days when we would kick it after practice? Like, nah, bro, what the fuck? That implies that there are no more good days to be had.
Yeah.
You know, and that mentality shifts, bro. And I think it really, you know, before I get into this next topic, what was you gonna say? Because I'm going to break into another tangent.
I was gonna say, in the same way, you know how I say like being like everything to feel anything is like a choice.
Yeah.
To feel like sad about that is a choice. To like feel. I mean, I was like after hearing you guys talk about it, it was kind of more like the root of like a lot of shit in a way can be like described as like insecurity. Like it's like in like the way you're saying like thinking about the future, and I think it's like a lot of people are like really like insecure about the fact like there's like not security in like even having a future and shit like that. Or it's like I don't know, people like because they can't change the past, they're like and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? Or they're like, oh, like I can't.
I'm
be
set in my
present.
ways.
You know what I'm saying?
I
Shit
can't
that.
change. So
That's some bullshit.
Yeah.
That's like everybody can change, bro.
everybody can change, bro.
Yeah, what is forget they like talk about this shit in like schools and shit like that where it's like
Growth mindset.
Yeah.
Growth mindset, yeah. That's like the new age term for
Yeah.
this kind of stuff.
What were you gonna say though?
I was gonna say habits. You know,
yeah.
back to the idea of habits. Like, bro, a lot of people are set in their fucking ways. And one thing that we kind of get into the habit of is having bitter hearts, right? So I'm gonna give you this this analogy. Take a bus full of kids, right? A school bus full of kids that don't know each other. How are those kids acting? Some of them are wild.
Yeah.
Some of them are laughing. But guess what? They're all talking to each other, or at least in some form. Maybe there's one quiet kid who's shy, but for the most part, that entire school bus of children is interacting with each other.
Yeah.
Now take a school bus full of grown adults. Nobody speaking to nobody.
Yeah.
They all strangers. Ain't nobody saying shit to nobody. They looking at each other, maybe clutching their purses, maybe like smelling each other like, this is motherfucking musty. Thinking
Just
to themselves, judgment,
some
right?
way or another, yeah.
Now, I believe that, you know, everybody's looking like, oh man, I want to be young forever. Like, but I really think that youthfulness, bro, it stays in your heart. You know what I'm saying? Like who you are in your heart. Because from a kid to an adult, you're going to face betrayal. You're going to face lies, deception, bullying, fear. You're going to face judgment, all kinds of tribulations, right? The world around you is going to treat you like shit from the moment you're a child to the moment you're an adult. So by the time you're an adult, your youthfulness, your naivety, whatever you want to call it, right? Your heart, bro, that shit becomes cold. It becomes bitter. You take a child's heart, it's soft, it's warm. If you threw it at the wall, it'd probably bounce back.
Yeah.
But you take a grown man's heart and you throw it at the wall, it shatters.
Yeah.
So how the fuck do we keep youth? How do we stay happy and joyous? You know, how do we stay at that innate energy of like, hey man, today's gonna be a good day. I can do whatever the fuck I want to do.
And it's weird because I don't think it's the same for everybody. You know, I think like everybody's version of like how they can wake up every single day with that mentality is different. You gotta find yours. This is one thing that kind of relates to this concept I think about a lot is like, I don't think it's possible for somebody to be born racist or sexist or prejudiced.
I agree.
These are all things that are like brought forth based on your environment, based on the way you were brought up, based on the people you were around. But it's kind of a double-edged sword because you think about that in a more positive lens. It's like if you're brought up around love, if you're brought up around like compassionate people who are giving, people who are teaching you that like you should be like giving people as much as you possibly can in life, it's like that's gonna rub off on you. I think like everybody is a culmination of their experiences, and I think like one thing that like I've certainly gotten more aware to as I've started to interview so many people, especially from here, it's like I've really begun to learn that when somebody does something bad or questionable, the worst thing you can do right off the bat is judge them. Instead, you should try to rationalize why that happened. You should, you know, if someone like is robbing a bunch of people, if they're just doing something that's like morally wrong, like instead of saying like, okay, like this person's a piece of shit, like why would they do this? Instead, think, you know, this person probably has nothing. There's probably a reason I should not pity them, but understand that their circumstance is probably forcing them to do what they should do.
Yeah, it takes a mature and not even mature, maybe a wise person, right, to understand that we're all suffering. You know, everybody is suffering to some degree. Now, some people might want to lie and be like, "Oh, I'm not suffering. I'm living the best fucking life I can, motherfucker. Look at my fucking shit." You know, but hey, everybody's suffering, whether it be mentally, physically, you know, spiritually, or with the money. You know, everybody is suffering to some degree, and that suffering never ends. You know, there's always obstacles. You ever notice how, like, oh, I get this shit done, and now there's some other shit that I got. Shit. You know, but the reason why I'm saying this right now is because, yeah, you're right. Everybody is a product of their experiences. At the end of the day, we don't know shit. We don't know why we're fucking here. We don't know why we're born. So who the fuck am I to be like, being transgender is wrong? Oh, being racist is the right thing to do. Like, who am I to make what's right and what's fucking wrong? All I know is I know how I like to be treated. Okay, I'm not gonna treat people in a way that I don't like being treated. You know what I'm saying? Like, motherfucker, like, it's just everybody's so fucked up in the head. We're all suffering so fucking much that it's like we become either numb or we let our hearts get bitter and fucking cold and shatterable. So it's like, man, fuck it. If everybody want to be a liar to me, I'm gonna start lying to bitches. Oh, this bitch cheated on me. I'm about to cheat on every bitch I'm with for the rest of my life.
Hurt people hurt.
Yeah, that's literally what it is, man. And it's like you have to have you gotta look back at who you was as a child. You gotta look back at the shit that you had to deal with, because obviously not all kids grow up with compassion and love. Not all kids grow up with a safe place to be in, you know, a safe place to sleep at night. So it's like you gotta look back and, you know, forgive yourself for your transgressions and try to forgive the people who fucked you up, bro. Like, that's the beginning, bro. Like, in order to not be a bitter person, in order to look at people like people and not like, oh, this person's out to get me, you have to forgive. You have to. Like, that's like the biggest, like, bro, like, it's hard though, you know? Like,
It's super hard.
It's hard, but that's why you gotta try it, you know? Like, it's not gonna come overnight, you know, but you gotta take the small steps towards it every fucking day, you know?
I think something you touched on that I think is, like, important. I talked about this with Kenzo. We were talking about, shout out Kenzo.
Love that guy, Kenzo.
Yeah, shout out Kenzo, that's the boy.
His
But,
music's
it's fire. Yeah, but we were talking about, the idea of, like, the same thing you were saying, that everybody suffers, but it's like, I think it's important to choose your suffering. Like, and for example, think about, like, somebody who's really overweight, for example, you know, that's a really terrible kind of suffering. Working out is a totally different kind of suffering. Working out sucks. It's not fun, you know?
Yeah.
Eating healthy isn't fun. It's a lot more easy to, like, a lot more enjoyable, rather, to eat a
I want
bunch
to
of,
eat a
like,
fucking
junk food.
pizza, motherfucker.
Lots of pizza
yeah.
and cheeseburgers, you know, that's a lot more fun, but it's like, you kind of have to choose your suffering. You can either suffer and hate your body, or you can suffer and be disciplined. Because discipline is suffering, but discipline is also freedom.
Yeah, it's liberation, right?
Yeah.
It's you're right, bro. Like, suffering is everywhere. Pick your hell. That's my favorite thing. Like, pick your fucking hell. Pick your poison. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to live this life, like, you got one go around. Everybody gets one lifetime. You know, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, like, I don't know if I'm a reincarnator or we gonna reincarnate, but, like, hey, everybody gets one lifetime as far as we're concerned. So pick your fucking poison, bro. It's like, discipline is probably the one thing that I feel like sets people apart. You could tell, like, somebody who got discipline, like, they move differently, they act differently in social settings. Like, they're not doing what everybody else does. A lot of people don't have discipline. Why? Because discipline requires focus, and a lot of people in this day and age are not focused. We're not focused on the right things. Or we're too scatterbrained, or we have overstimulation within our fucking body and our senses, so we're just constantly bombarded with emotions and chemicals that we don't know how to fight. You know, on top of that, I'm gonna take these fucking drugs because it's gonna make me feel better. Little do I know, I'm just adding more chemicals to the fucking mix.
Yeah.
It's not fixing shit. It's just making my brain more diluted, more fucked up, you know? You
know, it's weird. Do you think there's... Actually, I think about this a lot, because I really feel like discipline is, like, you know... If you gave me a choice and you were like, if you could master one thing in life, what would it be? I would say discipline. Because discipline can be the discipline to not do something, or the discipline to do something. And it's like, both of those things can change your life. Because it's quite literally, I don't think people realize that, like, the vast majority of their life is in their control. You know, I feel like a lot of the time, people's lives are in their control. You get to choose and wake up what you do every morning.
Absolutely.
You get to choose what you wake up and you don't do every morning. So it's like, when you have the discipline to make those choices and make the correct choices, you can completely revitalize your life. And it's strange, though, because where I was going with that is I One thing I question a lot is, like, I don't know if there's a such thing as being too disciplined. Because for example, there's times where, like, I work and I work and I work and I work, and if I'm not working, I feel like shit.
Yeah.
Like, and I get down on myself. Do you think, like, there's a thing as being too disciplined, like a thing as being... I guess that's more balanced, but...
I would say, and Matt is a discipline, obviously everything needs balance, but you can have all the discipline you want in the fucking world, but it's like, desire is the root of suffering, right? So your desire to be disciplined can cause you to suffer. You know what I'm saying? Like, you start beating your fucking self up. You start like, damn it, I should be doing something. Fuck, I shouldn't go out on this fucking date tonight. I gotta motherfucking work. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. You know, and that can lead to your suffering, bro.
Yeah.
So like you said, you answered it yourself. You know, balance is everything. But at the same time, to build that skill of having discipline, it's like, bro, people don't want to build discipline because it's not instant gratification, bro.
Yeah.
To have discipline, it means I'm going to start fucking planting this fucking tree, and this shit probably not even going to grow till when I'm dead.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, me as an individual, bro, I just want to be better than who I was yesterday, and I want to liberate myself from suffering, and I want to be able to show other people how I liberated myself from suffering, because there's this African parable that says you're not here to save anyone, you're here to save yourself and show others how you did it. So if I could save my fucking self, bro, from my pain, from my misery, from my depression, from my fucking suicidal thoughts, or my fucking moments of anxiety and fear, if I could save myself from that shit, I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna show other people, like, hey, discipline, bro. Make good habits. You know, every day you wake up, you know, even if you don't want to get out of bed, get out of fucking bed. Get a fucking journal and write down 10 things you're fucking grateful for. Oh, I'm grateful for the clothes on my body. I'm grateful for the roof on my head. I'm grateful for the friends that I know. I'm grateful for this moment right here. I'm grateful to be able to cook breakfast. You know, I'm grateful for such and such. You know, count your fucking gratitudes. After you count your fucking gratitudes, work on your physical. I'm gonna hit 50 push-ups this morning. All right, cool. 50 push-ups out the way. If I don't do anything else productive for the rest of my day, at least I did 50 fucking push-ups. You feel me? I validated my fucking existence. You know, I did something that I told myself I could do. You know, I did that shit, you know? But it's like, we have to earn each day, bruh.
Yeah.
We're given each day. We just, you know, tomorrow's never guaranteed, but we gotta earn it, you know? And in order to earn it, you gotta grow, bruh. If you're not growing, if you're not evolving, then you're stagnant, bro. Everything else is growing. Trees grow every day. We don't see a sapling turn into a tree overnight, but when you're not looking, that shit is growing, bro. And one day you look at it and you're like, oh, that shit got kind of big. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, even when nobody's looking, you gotta train. You gotta shred yourself. You gotta fucking do something to fucking make the suffering worth suffering, right? You gotta do something to make this pain you feel worth feeling, bro. Like, we can't let our pain be for no reason, you know? Can't let it be for nothing.
I want to try to be like brief with it, but I want to touch on like what both of you said. I'm gonna touch on what you said first because it's just like fresher in my mind. It kind of what is it like desire or suffering, right? But I feel like desire and like discipline are like two sides of like the same coin. Is like the same entity, where it's like for example, like your desire to be disciplined like leads you to like feel like the suffering of like not being disciplined. Like you attract what you most fear, so like in like your sense, like, or it's even like your like idea of discipline, like your idea of discipline is like it comes from like, I don't know like for you specifically, but I like just in like the way I relate to it, like for me personally, it's like comes from like you gotta be constantly like working. But in that, it's like you're not disciplined in like taking care of yourself, like nigga, like treat yourself nice, nigga. Like, when's the last time you had like some lavender on your body, nigga? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like shit like that. Or it's even like being like so disciplined to the point where like you don't have desire, to where you're like fucking stagnant, you know what I'm saying? And you're like not moving forward because you're just like, I have this is all like this, you know what I'm saying? And you're just not like going towards anything.
Can I say something?
I'm finna like finish it right
All
here.
right.
Like my great grandma
Kill
told
it.
me. My great grandma told me where it's like, and she's not like hella old, but like she's like pretty old, and she was telling me like she still learns learns something like every day from like, and it doesn't matter from like what person, like how old, and if you feel like you know like everything, or if you feel like just something like that, where it's like you're essentially dead because you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Literally, yeah. You're essentially dead. No, that's trippy.
Damn, man. That's trippy, bro. That tripped me up so much I like forgot what the fuck I was gonna say.
Like,
First thing I was gonna say was motherfucking. Even the desire to not have desires is a fucking desire. Is that wild, blood?
It's like the
Like, that's
I
wild.
forget what it's called, but it's like the thing where it's like the snake is like eating its tail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even know what the fuck I was gonna say. Wait, what's that?
No, yeah, that's a trip because like, I think desire and discipline go hand in hand. You know what I mean? Because like, they're almost like automatically connected. Like you almost like can't have one without the other because it's like, where does discipline come from? It's almost from like fighting off like our selfish desires. You know what I mean? Like discipline comes from like going home. You know, from get home from work and you're tired. You want to like sit and play video games or go like kick it with some homies because you have like a stressful day at work and you want to like chill.
Yeah.
You know, like that is one choice. That's one desire. But if you're able to wield off that desire, you can instead wake up early because you went to bed early, and then you wake up early and your entire next day is more productive. You know, and it's like all these things are connected. Waking up is a funny thing because it's like, it's weird that like how it can be like a previous day and what you did in the previous day affects your future day so much because it's like when I wake up early, dude, my whole day is better. Like my whole day is more productive. But it's like that wasn't a choice I made in that day. That was a choice I made the previous day.
Yeah.
So it's like very much like a constant struggle. It's like you have to make these choices for your future. It's never for your now.
Absolutely. Discipline is the art of thanking yourself later. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not something that you're like, oh man, like I'm gonna do this shit right now. Like, I don't want to do this shit right now. But you thank yourself later for that shit, man. And like, I think it's wild how like a lot of our past continues to like haunt us as individuals. You know, like I don't know. Sometimes I be going to sleep late nights. So I be thinking like, damn, I really said that to somebody like a long time ago. Damn, that's kind of wild, bro. Or like kind of like regret and stuff like that. But I think that ties back into the idea of forgiveness, right? Where it's like yesterday is dead. You can't change yesterday. You know, you didn't kill nobody, you didn't rape nobody, motherfucker. Like, you just said some out of pocket shit. Forgive yourself. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you had an altercation with somebody. Forgive yourself. You know, oh, you had an awkward moment with someone that you had a crush on. Forgive yourself, bruh. Give yourself that moment of like, alright, it's alright. I made that mistake. Like, I'm gonna be conscious now to not do the same shit. You know, and try to grow from it. Right? Your only competition is who you are yesterday. So it's like,
forgiving yourself is so hard.
It's so hard.
So incredible.
Especially when you feel like you just keep making mistakes.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, oh fuck, all I'm good for is failing. You know. Because
it's like, I don't know. I feel like a disciplined person has so much trouble forgiving themselves because they think like one failure defines them. Yeah. But I feel like it's really important to try to understand that like, there is no failure that defines you as long as you keep going.
Yeah, bro, that's the story of my fucking life, bro.
Like, have you like that's kind of like crazy though, like how much like power like negativity holds, because like like me personally, I haven't heard of like too many people that like let one success define them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or even when one success does define somebody, we see that as negative. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Oh, that's a one-hit wonder.
Yeah.
Man, that is trip. Yeah. I mean, you know what? All right, man. That one-hit wonder shit. That kind of reminds me of like J. Cole's mentality, right? Where J. Cole's like, bro, like y'all thinking about the finish line, like, motherfucker, there ain't no finish line for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, that, you can tell that in his work ethic, bro.
Yeah,
where
for sure.
and his discipline, right? Where it's like, motherfucker, like, even if I do make it, that doesn't mean I'm gonna stop my habits of writing every day or recording every day. Like, he's keeping his consistency, bro, and it's like he's the product of his habits, and he's the product of like what the fuck he's fucking doing and shit like that. So it's like, I think when I see like a one-hit wonder like that, I chalk it up to like either, you know, that was the only one that they got in their bag and they don't put in enough work to like keep going, or it's like, you know, the label fucked them up, you know what I'm saying, or some shit like that. Because labels do be signing motherfuckers just to put them on their shelf.
Oh, 100, dude.
You know
that is so true. I
That's
mean, so
fucked
many,
up, bro.
like, yeah, but it's literally what you said. Like, it's like, oh, we're gonna sign. It's totally intentional. Too.
Like, oh, bro, we own you now, but guess what? You're just gonna sit there and marinate, and we not even gonna pull you out. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're gonna be a pickle jar, bro. Like,
have you got any offers yet, or been like weary to like?
Bro, I met the Illuminati, bro.
I was gonna say
Illuminati,
because it's some weird like dehumanizing like music industry shit.
Yeah, bro. So I mean, being in the Bay Area. All right, now we're gonna talk about music. We started off
Yeah.
with DMT and like
Wait,
crazy
hold on.
off-topic philosophy.
We get into like the Illuminati aspect of it. I wanted to just
Never mind, we're going to talk about the Illuminati.
Yeah.
I just wanted to let y'all know about this video I seen of Prince, and he was talking about like the same thing in a sense where it was like the music industry isn't owned by like artists, by niggas that want to like push like this type of shit forward. It's owned by like
not about
accountants and lawyers, niggas.
Yeah, that's so facts, dude. I was talking about this yesterday with one of my friends, Morgan. Shout out Morgan. And it was funny. We were talking about like, you know, like she's a musician. Like as a musician, it's so funny to me that like the most important connection that you can make isn't like Justin Bieber. It's Justin Bieber's manager. You know, and that's a trip to me. Like that's weird.
Because whoever managed
That's
Justin
real.
Bieber, like,
Yeah.
That's fucking real as
Right.
fuck, bro. That's real as shit. Yo, okay. On that fucking note, dude, it's just being on this podcast. It's like there's so much that I want to say. You know what I'm saying? But I gotta
go for it.
synthesize.
We got time. We got
I gotta
hours.
synthesize, but like I don't know. That's why I want to also give you like praise, bro, because like you've been doing this shit, and it's like, bro, like
Thank you, brother.
it's like that's that discipline, bro. Like that's that discipline, that's that effort. I mean, motherfucker, I went outside to, you know, to help with the equipment. That shit is heavy. Y'all don't even know it. That shit is heavy, bro. I was holding that shit like, damn, and I hit push-ups every day. This shit heavy. You know what I'm saying? Like, but
Thank you, bro.
yeah, man, dude. So just kudos to that. But on the topic of like the industry and shit like that, like, man, bro, it's I really think on the topic of what you're talking about with Prince and shit, like, society, the people who are in control of our society, they don't want change. They do not want us to innovate. They do not want us to elevate. They simply want us to stay the same. Because if we stay the same, then we're going to keep killing each other. We're going to keep killing ourselves. And we're going to keep poisoning the earth.
Yeah.
That's why they want shit to stay the same. You ever notice how we have a new president? What the fuck has that nigga done? What the fuck has he done?
Who that nigga is?
You know what I'm saying?
President right now.
Bro, our
He
last
doesn't remember who he is.
Blood. Our last president, everybody was talking about, oh, Trump did this, Trump did that. Our new president, he ain't doing shit. I ain't hear nothing. You know what I'm saying?
It's like, at least it's better than like hearing he's doing like hella trash shit, but still.
Okay,
like,
but at the same time,
I don't
it's
even
like,
feel like the president has power.
it's, bro, come on, left
Yeah.
wing, right wing, it's the same fucking
It's
bird.
the same
It's the
thing.
same fucking bird.
Whoa. Yeah.
It don't fucking matter who we vote for, blood. Like, this society, the system is corrupt, bro. It's meant to keep us in the same position, bro. We live in a
That's
social
why change doesn't happen.
change is not fucking
Yeah.
happening in the way because, bro, why? We're all disillusioned, we're unfocused, we're not thinking about the right fucking things, and we have this fucked up idea of a social hierarchy here in America where it's like, ready? Look at this pyramid, bro. Illuminati time, ready? Everybody think, oh, there's a lower class, there's a middle class, and there's an upper class.
that's just like this.
Nah, motherfucker, that ain't even real. Let me tell you, you either at the top of the pyramid or you with the rest of us down here, bruh.
Yeah.
If you not at the fucking top with all the millionaires, billionaires, niggas who's making the rules and laws, bro, you are not with them. And we're all here in the same fucking level, bro.
That's what's so
It don't fucking matter.
wild. Like what's so wild to me is like even niggas that we consider like rich in the sense, it's like, oh, these niggas like living in the hills and shit like da 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 da, bruh. To like actual like rich ass niggas, like that
They're
ain't
nobodies,
shit.
That
That
yeah.
ain't shit,
bruh. That ain't
Yeah.
shit,
Niggas that
bruh.
have boats and shit, that ain't shit.
nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See a nigga with a fucking Tesla, like, oh, you rich? Nah, bro, that ain't
Yeah.
nothing compared to these motherfuckers, bro. Like, it's wild, bro. So on that idea of social hierarchy, ties back to everything staying the same, and the idea that, check this out. We live in a social hierarchy. It's been indoctrinated in our minds ever since we started going to school. You go to school, we're divided by what? Our ages. Okay. Oh, those
Yeah.
are the upperclassmen. Oh, they're not gonna fuck with me. I'm a kid.
That's so
you know.
facts, yeah.
Okay, so now we got fucking age people, like people people what is it? The people stigmatize ages, so it's like, oh, I can never learn anything from an 8-year-old. What the fuck does an 8-year-old got to tell me, motherfucker? I've been living all these years, motherfucker. You can't tell me shit. So that's one division.
That's
Then
more present with like 40-year-olds
yeah,
versus like 20-year-olds.
exactly.
You know what
So
I mean?
that's one division. The next division comes in race, right? I'm gonna hang out with the black kids because they look like me, and the white kids don't talk to me right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's another division.
It's like at least have a reason, nigga.
That's
Yeah.
another division, right? Then you got a third division, which comes in the social, like politics, right? Where it's like, oh, cool kids, nerdy kids, alternative kids. Boom, that's another division.
Yeah.
Now you got division in all these different forms, and guess what? They could all go out at each other because why? It's us versus them, and it's always like that. It's us or it's them, bro. Like, bro, division is real, and they want to keep it like this, bro. So it's like we could never be on the same page. Why? Because them motherfuckers over there, they're 20 pages ahead, and these motherfuckers over there, they're 5 chapters behind. Like, bro, nobody's on the same fucking page.
I'm in the AP math class. They're just in the regular math class.
Yeah.
Why would I even? Yeah.
Why would I even
Type
dabble
shit.
with them? Why would I even talk to him? He probably just want to cheat off my fucking notes.
Yeah.
Division, and then that carries on into college, and then that carries in college. It's like, I don't want to fuck with the frats, man. Like, all they do is get drunk. You know what I'm saying? I don't even got money to be getting drunk like that. You know what I'm saying? I gotta work. Or I don't want to hang out with them girls because all they do is gossip. But they gossiping about me, so I'm gonna gossip about them, bro. It's like, it's villainous, bro. We all become villains, bro, and we all just become like so disorientated, and like we start hating each other, start hating ourselves. Like, it's by design. Like, you cannot tell me this shit's not by design, bro. I look at the mountains, I look at the stars, the chances of Earth even being a fucking place, a planet, slim, fucking slim.
Incredibly
The chances of us coming out of a womb, slim. Did you know that it's not
like
even
1 in 1,000, right?
Bro, it's not even the sperm that wins the race.
Yeah.
The egg decides ultimately if it lets you win or not. Ain't that wild, bro?
So, bro,
So you're that nigga.
we're all
So
champions.
We're all champions,
We're all
bro.
dope.
So what I'm trying to get at is, like, well, the chances of us being born is slim. Chances of Earth existing, slim.
Yeah.
Mathematically, slim as fuck. So the fact that we're here, and the fact that we have these systems in places, and these laws, and these people in control, you can't tell me that this shit ain't by design. Kids killing themselves, it's not by design, bro. It come on, it's gotta be, bro. What the fuck? People going missing and shit like that. Human trafficking going up, bro. Laws, people turning the blind eye. Republicans getting paid off. Police being corrupt. This shit is all by design, bro, and it's fucked up, bro.
I feel like
And the crazy thing is, it's just like the music industry.
It's exactly, it ties back to the music industry, which is
just like
fucking
the music
corrupt, bro,
industry, bro.
and controlled.
One of my favorite movies ever is Moneyball, and it's about baseball. It's essentially about it's about the 2002 A's team, and they were trying to like reevaluate stats in baseball to kind of like change how people looked at the value of a player. So they were like trying to claim that things like batting average and like hits didn't matter, and what really mattered was like your on base percentage, how much you're on base. And there's a quote in that movie where Billy Beane, he's the manager of the A's, or the general manager of the A's, and he gets an offer from the Red Sox to like go like be their general manager because of like this crazy new way he invented of like looking at statistics and like reevaluating players. And the Red Sox manager says something I think about a lot, and it ties into this. It's like baseball thinking is dinosaur. Baseball thinking that progresses threatens their way of doing things. This threatens their livelihood. And then he starts talking about like in everything, in politics, in government, in every industry, in every big business, when things change, they are threatening to those in power. And that is such a great example of the music industry. There are so few people that run this music industry. It's so funny. It's crazy because things that progress, like the TikTok, for example, if labels weren't getting on they are, but if labels weren't getting on TikTok, that threatens their way of doing things. This is a new idea that threatens their way of marketing.
So they have to be able to control it and monopolize it, bro.
And they already are.
Yeah, it's fucking wild, bro. When change happens, bro, or somebody, because there's always gonna be a person in every era that starts to change shit, and starts to change the way people think, and I think all of us can be that person, in our lives and for the people around us. But when somebody does it on a major level, they kill him.
Yeah.
They fucking kill him.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you can already think of a ton of people in our past era who started saying shit that was like, yo, this is some real shit he's saying, or she's saying, and they're gone.
Young man named Martin Luther King.
Martin Luther King. Fucking dead.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. There's so many other names we could list.
Not
dude.
even that, but it's just like
anytime something is about to change, they kill that motherfucker, bro.
Yeah.
there's two things. One, like Kendrick Lamar's album, specifically like that song like Savior, like that nigga Martin Luther King, like sure, like that nigga was, but like also like nigga was not cold like that. Like that nigga was
When he goes, he is not your savior.
you know what I'm saying? Like he was like that nigga
He was like, J. Cole
Like-
taught you how to thought, but he's not your savior.
Like that nigga Martin Luther King, like sure he was like putting on for everybody, right? But at the same time he was like, I ain't fucking with them dark skinned bitches though. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how
Whoa, really?
yeah, shit like that. So it was like he was like, I'm putting on for all of us, but I'm like, I ain't really fucking with all of us like that. It's shit like that, you know what I'm saying?
It's kind of like the Constitution,
Yeah.
It's like we are all equal under the Constitution unless you were black, a woman, or any kind of minority, and when the Constitution was drafted. It's like, we're all equal under the eyes of God, except if you don't believe in God, or you're black, or or you're not a straight white man. It's like, it's just crazy to me. Think about that. Like, these people did not understand the hypocrisy. When they were literally writing down, all men are created equal, while they owned slaves.
Here's my thing. I feel like they knew. They knew what the fuck they was giggling
to themselves.
They fucking knew. They had to fucking known, bro. Because it's like, it's so controlled. It's so fucking like by design. These motherfuckers know. You know, they just turn the blind eye. You feel me? And they're like, oh, no. Like, write that shit down. You know what I'm saying?
And that's why it's really like that. I've been thinking about it recently. Like, if depression is what makes them so much money, then I'm like, why is Kanye not dead? Because the thing that you hear this nigga preach the most about, but like a lot of niggas don't really like take it like in for what he's trying to say. Is like, nigga, like, believe in your fucking self, nigga.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. When he's like I'm gonna do like all the shit he said he was finna do, he's fucking like doing it.
Yeah. I think Kanye is like a prime example of somebody who is like actions speak louder than words, right?
Oh, 100%.
Like,
yeah.
And he's always like obviously Kanye is a very innovative person, bro. Like, you cannot deny his innovation in the music industry and fashion and all that, John, bro. So it's like, much respect and kudos to that, bro. But it's like that kind of innovation, bro. Like, sometimes I wonder, like, even though he is a very innovative person and very much a genius, bro, like, does he have masters who he has to, like, he can only innovate within a certain space? You know what I'm saying? That's because if he innovates too much farther, like, you know, it's some shit's gonna change too much, and they're like, no, you gotta be in this part.
Way to keep you in this
box. That's what it is. Like, you notice, like, first he had to be like, okay, now I can fucking rap. Now, okay, now I can do clothes. Now I can do this. Now it was like, it just
Well, he was a producer.
That's what I'm saying. That's to be like step by step. You have to take every fucking step.
It's fucked up, bro. It's fucked up how motherfuckers get thrown in boxes. But you know what? Yo. I also think about, like, bro, like, how do I say this, man? Like, on the top of music industry, Illuminati, all that jazz, bro. Like, one, you gotta make a name for yourself, right? You gotta fucking put in the hours and the nights, the mornings, the middle of the days. Nights in the cold, man, just fucking going crazy. Thank you, man. I got started with that, but motherfuckers, like, you gotta put in all this fucking work, bro. And then at the end of the day, guess what? Niggas still not gonna fuck with you, bro. Yeah. You can have a name for yourself. The city could be like, oh yeah, I know that kid. Oh yeah, his music's fire. Da. But guess what? You still ain't shit, bro. You still ain't at the top. You still ain't. You're standing outside the door. So where I feel like I am right now in this, because I feel like I'm always gonna be an independent artist, simply because, bro. Fuck that shit, bro. I'm not finna be nobody's slave. I ain't getting fucked in the ass, bro. I am not gonna let my soul get fucking took away. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, like, I know so many motherfuckers who's like, if they had that opportunity, they'd sign their soul immediately. Oh, fuck yeah, fuck yeah. You mean I could get it like that? Fuck yeah. They don't want to put in the work. You know what I'm saying? Anything that comes to you fast is gonna leave you fast, bruh. Like, that's all I ever known, bro. So it's like, okay, I'm gonna build my fucking castle. Even if goes back to the topic of dreams. Yeah. You build your dreams, right? I'm not gonna chase my dreams, because if I chase it, that implies I might not catch it. So guess what? Brick by brick, motherfucker. Every day of motherfucking brick. You feel me? And like, you could hate my music. You could hate me as an individual. You could listen. You could think my music's trash. You can do whatever you want with your opinions and all that jazz. But at the end of the day, you gonna respect me, cause motherfucker, I've been putting in work. You feel me? Like, and that's all it is. Like, you can hate somebody, but hey, niggas hate Kanye, but they respect his work.
Yeah,
you know?
Things.
Yeah, it's like, and that's all. Like, I don't care about that shit, but it's like, you gonna respect me regardless, bro, because like, I'm doing this shit, bro. I'm putting in my hours, bro. I'm clocking in at the fucking job every fucking day, bro. And it's like, you can't tell me I'm not, you know?
Speaking on that, you put me on with an amazing book called The War of Art.
Yep.
And
resiliency, bro.
Fascinating book. But one of the most I think most interesting concepts from that book was the idea of how they kind of talked about art as a career. Yeah. It was like, you have to clock in every
Every
single
fucking day.
whether you like it or not.
Yeah, you have to fall in love with suffering. You gotta
Yeah.
fall in love with, oh
You
man.
really put me on with that book.
Yeah,
I love
man.
that
Hey,
book.
bro. I'm glad that
Yeah.
that book could fucking give you some wisdom and
No, it's
intellect,
a
bro.
fantastic
Cause that book kind of helped shape my day-to-day routine. You know, where it's like, okay, I'm gonna write in my fucking journal. I'm gonna hit my push-ups, bro. I'm gonna do all this shit that's gonna help me grow as an individual. Why? My only competition is who I was yesterday. Why? Because I gotta evolve. Why? Because I'm like sharpening my fucking my swords. I'm sharpening my blades. I'm putting on my armor. I'm cleaning it, and I'm doing it for what? For this big battle that's coming. Because there's always gonna be battles. There's always gonna be suffering. There's always gonna be shit that's happening. So I gotta fall in love with it. I gotta fall in love with the bloodshed. I gotta fall in love with sleeping on the floor. I gotta fall in love with sleeping in my car. I gotta fall in love with staying up all night till the sun rises, and then 8 hours plus to motherfucking make some money at a 9 to 5. I gotta fall in love with that fucking pain. I go to work with no fucking sleep in my fucking body, bruh, and I crank bang energies, and my everybody at my job like, man, this kid is fucking crazy. They look at what I'm writing in my fucking journal. Oh, this kid is fucking crazy. They see me muttering to myself in the fucking corner of the break room on my laptop, like, like they think I'm fucking crazy, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, bro, like y'all don't understand what type of time I'm on, bro. Cause hey, I'm not living on fucking autopilot, bro. I'm honing in every present moment that I have, bro. Cause I don't know when I'm gonna die. I don't know, like. Motherfucker, I could walk outside, get hit by a fucking car, bro. So I'm gonna try, because at least if I try, even if I never fucking make it, I can die with peace knowing I tried, bro. I fucking tried. You know what I'm saying? And that's more than a lot of motherfuckers is doing. Motherfuckers is just, I'm gonna live on autopilot. Hey, I'm not even gonna try shit because I'm scared, you know? And that's a real thing. But you have to break that shell, bro. You have to break who you think you are so that you can become the best version of yourself, bro. Because you know, there's a fine point between who you really are and who the world makes you believe you are. You feel me? And you gotta break out of that shit, bro. I remember like I wasn't always like this, you know what I'm saying? Like being in high school, bro, like, yeah, hey, you got any stories? You wanna come over here, tell a story?
Oh man.
We were talking about this last night. We was like, oh man, if Liam's on the podcast, he gonna have stories.
I'm gonna just tell y'all one thing. Like, if this nigga ever unarchives his shit from, like, let's say like before 2019, bro, like just look at this video. Look at, like, he's serious as fuck, but like look at how much this nigga smiles in this video. Versus, like, look at how much, like, shit when this nigga was in fucking high school. This nigga was like,
bro. Dude, I was an edgy ass kid, bro. Like, bro, the epitome of edgy and like fucking like everything's gonna die. I'm trapped in a mental maze. And I really don't believe in nothing. I had no faith, bro. Like, I had no faith. You know, I had no faith in myself. I had no faith in society, and I had no faith that things were gonna get better. I was under the assumption that death is the only gift. That's where I was at. Like, I was praying to die every day, bro. I went to school in sophomore year every day before I went to fucking school. Like, I woke up, bro, because I grew up in the church and shit like that. But after a certain point, I stopped praying for forgiveness, bro. I started praying to die. I was like, God, take me off this fucking earth. Like, I don't want to fucking be here, bro. Like, I'm too scared to take my own life. I tried to take my life like 3 times by the time I was about to graduate high school. And all those times I was too pussy, bro. Like, I wanted to jump off the roof. I couldn't do it. Try to stab myself with a knife. I tried to do like seppuku style. Couldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, oh man, what if I, get hit by a car? Couldn't do it, And it's fucked. It's fucked. I was a dark ass child, bro. And I'm grateful now because I feel like I've liberated myself from that suffering.
When do you think that changed? And how do you think that changed?
It changed. I would say as soon as I got out of high school, I was still a dark kid. I fell in love with this woman. And I had a decent relationship with her. It didn't end properly, it didn't end properly, you know what I'm saying? But I would say after that moment of like breaking up with that person, that's when I started to like, self-develop and like really be like, okay, what the fuck do I gotta do? Because I'm not just living on autopilot, but like that's when I was like, okay, I gotta crunch numbers. Shout out Chucky, put me on to Outwitting the Devil.
Chucky.
Yeah, he put me on to Outwitting the Devil, and it's like, okay, I need to get my knowledge up. I've always been a child of philosophy. I always loved to think like crazy shit and conspiracy theories. I was always out there in the brain, but I was a lot more dark in nature because it was just like I thought we lived in hell. I mean, to a degree, I kind of still do think we live in hell with the number of people that's dying and shit like that, and how we are always constantly suffering. But that's another topic, right? But I started to work on myself, liberate myself. Like, what do I gotta do? I gotta stop smoking. I gotta stop smoking. So I started with the habits, bro, and that would be like maybe around 19. So I'm 21 now, and it's like, I'm grateful. I'm grateful for life. That's the one thing I wasn't. You know, I wasn't grateful for life. I hated everything. I thought from the moment I was born, I'm not good enough for my father. I'm never gonna be good enough for anybody. And that mentality fucked me up for such a long time because it fucked up my relationships, fucked up my the way I interact with society. You know, I was always like slightly bitter, just kind of like just dark, bro. Like I always was under the assumption that the people I got close to were gonna fuck me up, bro. You know, and I've had people close to me fuck me up. I've had people close to me talk shit about me behind my fucking back and shit like that. But like, I understand that it's just because they're suffering, and I forgive them. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's empathy. It's understanding why people do the things they do.
It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But I can't control what they say, bro. I can only control how I fucking feel, bro. So it's like I'm not gonna let that shit take my inner peace. At the same time, like if I see you in person, bro, like I'm gonna tell you, hey man, you did some weird shit, dude. So you know you kind of gotta stop. You know, but like, it wasn't a overnight thing. It was very gradual, and it all started with my fucking habits. Like, okay, I'm gonna stop smoking. Let's see if I can go 21 days without smoking. Oh fuck, I relapsed on the 9th day. Shit. Let me try it without fucking counting. Okay, I'm just not gonna count the days. I'm just gonna not do it. Cold turkey. Okay. It's good. I'm green. I'm solid. Okay, I'm gonna write in my journal every day when I wake up. I'm gonna write down 10 things I'm grateful for to start my day off. Solid. Okay, when I wake up, I'm not gonna go back to sleep. I'm gonna get the fuck out the bed. Okay, I'm gonna do such as like it all was gradual, man. But I mean, yeah, if you ask these motherfuckers, like I was rude as fuck to him, bro.
Really?
When I first met him, bro.
Oh, you finally? Oh,
I was rude as hell. I was cold, bro.
This is the first time that this nigga has admitted that it was like that, bro. Any
It was.
Any other time I told niggas that it was like that, he was like, nah.
Bro, I was mean. I was mean.
I was like, I still am a little bit of a, like a shithead. I still am a little bit of a dickhead sometimes, but like I was really like being goofy as shit though, I'm not gonna lie. So it was like give and take type shit. But I wanted to say though, when you were talking about like death being a gift, it made me want to say it, and I might want to like, I feel like this isn't the like best way to say it. I might figure out a better way to say it later. But it's like life is a gift and like death is your receipt. Like your funeral is your receipt.
Wow. What if life is like the main course and then death is like the dessert?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like,
it's like we were saying,
something more after the
maybe.
It's like we were saying last night with like the gods. It's like we get to die.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So we Hannah over there, Liam's partner in crime. She was telling us about this book that had to do with Egyptian gods and like how they basically have like a child or something like that, but the child is immortal. You know, the child is gonna die, but the gods are eternal. And we were I guess the girl had distress or something in her, and she was like, "Damn, why the fuck I gotta die? Y'all don't love me. Y'all don't fucking love me. Y'all motherfuckers hate me. Y'all made me mortal. Oh my god." But then we were thinking about, we're like, man, what if? And I guess this is like the moral of the book, where it's like, what if being able to die is a gift? Living for eternity as a god, dealing with the same oh man, that might get tiring, bro.
Yeah. It's like kind of like it's like essentially like the, that's at least what I got from like the ending of like Devilman Crybaby, where it's like that nigga like lived the whole cycle, and then just to be alone again, just to still be alive.
Dude, because imagine, like, we're out here trying to better ourselves as individuals. I'm trying to evolve every day. What if we live forever? There would be no incentive to try to do that.
I was just going to say that. Like,
you know?
The only thing that, like, gives, like, happiness context and, like, meaning, and the only reason why happiness feels happy is because it's contrasted to sadness. It's contrasted to bad. There is no good without bad, and there's no bad without good. And it's like, quite literally, like, if you were happy all the time, the times where you were the most happy wouldn't matter. Yeah. You know, like
we take it all for granted. Even worse, probably. You know.
Or like you know, if you grew up like without something, you grew up without like, you know, like you were talking about growing up with your father in your life. You never would have, you know, because of that. That's probably well. I guess I would ask you: has that made you appreciate people who are around you more, like your friends and family who are present? I would imagine.
Absolutely, bro. I'd die for any of my friends, bro. Yeah. Like that, without a doubt, because it's like, bro, like. I wouldn't be where I am without these people, you know, like I wouldn't have this much love in my heart without these people that I've met. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's almost like, bro, like, these people don't owe me shit, you know.
Yeah.
Pharrell, he don't owe me shit. Liam, he don't owe me shit. He's letting me use this spot so we can do this, you know what I'm saying? Pharrell's just here because, bro, we got a trip to go on after this, you know what I'm
Where
saying?
you
Like,
going?
we're going up north.
Where?
I don't want to say. It's a private mission.
But like the water is not. I tell you, it's not no like fucking niggas in Geneva shit. But like the water's nice.
Yeah, the water is so nice, bro. The
We in
water
Geneva.
is nice.
Yeah,
On the boat.
it's not like that. But we did get ice cream.
Yeah,
So
man,
shit.
that ice cream was gas. Yeah, we just going on like a up north trip. There's some, you know, some.
That's like what was it?
there's
Like,
some
bro, remember?
prospects. You know what I'm saying?
Niggas was, bro, remember when
No, but
niggas was eating fucking Burger King after being at the stew and shit like that. And
Man.
niggas
So-
niggas still have to walk everywhere and
let
shit
me give
like
some
that.
context, bro, because I know earlier I was like, man, I was rude as fuck to Pharrell when I first met him. Let me give some context. When I was in sophomore year, I had that experience, right? And I already told you, right, where my fucking heart stopped and shit like that. So I was like,
Yeah.
and this motherfucker, hey, can we get a third eye view from what happened? Can we get the
Is it
critical?
okay, like, after, if you retell that story?
Yeah, it's good.
I
I
wanna
got
hear
you.
that again.
I want to hear from Liam's perspective for the one time.
Yeah, I
Please,
would
Liam.
love
For the
hear
one
this.
time,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
so the story of like you.
Come here. Yeah, come here.
Liam
But
appearance.
because we went to high school together, so he saw that shit.
Holy
Liam, where'd
get
you
in
grow
here.
up?
Say again.
Get in
Where'd you
here,
grow
get
up?
Right here in San Francisco, California.
Let's go.
I went to rooftop K through 8, and then I went to Gateway High School.
in. Yeah.
So yeah, just been hanging out in Twin Peaks, the Fillmore, that kind of vibe. But whatchamacallit? So you want a recount of the story of
Just
like
from
you,
your perspective, what
of
did you see?
ODing on Xanax?
Yes,
So,
say that shit. Say that shit.
If I'm being straight, like I had met this kid maybe a couple times in Martinez's classroom at lunch, and that's where a bunch of the music kids kind of just hung out to, you know, just talk and whatnot. And so I know this kid. I had seen him. I didn't like really like know him like that. I knew enough to know that he was a cool dude. So I'm walking down, you know, the hall of the school.
How old were
and
you at this time?
I think I must have been like, shit.
I was 15.
You were what,
So,
what
like,
grade were you
sophomore
in?
year?
I was sophomore.
So I was a junior then.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was just starting to like get into the shits, smoking the herb, you know,
Smoking that herb.
experimenting with the LS dong.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, man. So I'm walking down the I'm walking down the hall of the school, and I just like see this motherfucker passed out, like 3 teachers like surrounding him. And I asked
Yeah.
like, yo, like what's going on, man? And this Kazaran just like looks at me with like a death stare. She's like, fuck off, man.
Oh my god.
Not like that, but she just
That was
told,
the
she told me to
message.
get the fuck out of there, and she had like that nervousness in her voice, bro. I did
I
not know
only
what
could
was
imagine
going
you
on, but
walking
like,
up, like, what's
fire
going
truck
on?
came through, ambulance came through, like motherfuckers
Yeah.
was geeking. Everybody was like, bro, he fucking OD'd on Xanax, man. It was the
Yeah.
Xannies, bro. It was the Xannies.
Bruh.
But
It was-
gonna
yeah,
break
man.
you.
Up,
It's gonna
bro.
break you.
Bruh, it was fucked up. So it was my first time taking Xanax. Alright, back
Thank
to the
you, Liam.
context. Thank you,
Of course.
Liam.
Wait,
Thank
hold on.
you, Liam.
Can you also like explain like so just so you can have this like explain the name for all the niggas that
Yeah.
I got you. I'll break down. Yeah, I'll break
Okay,
down the
cool.
name. So, all right,
This is a
Xanubis.
game. Everybody
Xanubis,
listen
the
up right now.
superhero origin story right here, the anime protagonist origin story. Check this out. In sophomore year, and like I said before, I was a bad, bitter kid. You know, I hated life. I hated everything, bro. Deep down, I hated everything. I put a smile on for people. I joke around with people, be cool or whatever. But deep down, I wanted to take my fucking life, bro. And I would pray every single day to die. I'd wake up and be like, God, take me off this forbidden place. Like, I don't want to be here no more. I don't have the balls to kill myself. My birthday's about to slide, right? So a week from my birthday, a partner of mine, he's like, hey, bro, I'm not going to be here for your birthday. Here's a little Henny bottle, bro. Take this. This is yours. This is for you to drink and enjoy on your birthday because I'm not going to be there with you. So my dumb ass is like, oh, a bottle of Hennessy? And I'm by myself and I'm in pain and misery? Let me just drink the whole shit right now in 1 hour. So I drank that shit.
Drink the
I think
holy
I don't even
shit.
know if I drank that shit in an hour, but by the time the sun came
Yeah.
up, it was gone.
Yeah.
So I'm fucked up,
You've been
right?
working.
I'm fucked up. So the sun is up. I'm about to go to school, right? I'm about to go to school, and we're doing this
So this is
thing.
the next day after your birthday.
No. So this is a week before my birthday.
Okay, yeah,
So it's
yeah.
a week before my birthday. My homie's like, here, take this bottle, save it for your birthday. I didn't save that shit. I drank
Yeah.
that shit right on the spot. So it's like, the day comes, right? And we're our school. I go to Gateway. I'm a gate student. When I was in elementary school, I was a gate kid. You know, I had psychic powers or something like that.
know how to go.
But motherfucking, I drank that bottle. I go to school, and we have this thing called Project Week happening, where basically all the kids get to go into a club. Some kids get to do screen printing. Some kids can do gardening. But I was in making the band, cause nigga, I'm gonna be in a band, bro. I'm gonna be the lead. I think I was the lead actually, which is kind of funny, cause I was the lead. I fucking overdosed that day, right? So I'm the lead, right? And I'm like, all right, I'm in making the band. I still kind of feel woozy, but my boy, he hits me up. Shout out the other Liam. There's another fucking Liam. Shout out Liam. Shout out that Liam. He's like, hey, bro, do you want
Liam count?
Yeah. Liam count. We got 5 now. He's like, hey, bro, you know, do you want to take the Xanax, bro? Like, you know, like, I'm like, hey, fuck it, yeah, let's cop some, bro. So we cop some off this kid at our school, and motherfucking that shit was cut. That shit was cut with fentanyl. No fucking doubt. That was not no fucking like real shit. Like we definitely got gypped, you know, but we paid, and I took one. I didn't even feel shit, to be honest with you. By the time I got to the school, I must have been...
Had you done this before this?
No, this was my first time taking Xans, bro.
Yeah.
This was my first time and my last time, bro. So I took it, and motherfucking... I'm at school, and I guess, according to the recounts of everybody around me, right, and the other Liam, he's just like, man, you had the bag to yourself, and you kept convincing everybody that you didn't feel it. So you kept taking more. And you kept taking more, and you did not stop, and nobody stopped you. We kind of just let you do it, because you were kind of I was posted by myself, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just in the corner by myself, but I really do think it was just like subconsciously, it was like, I could take my life right now, bro. I could fucking do that, you know what I'm saying? No one would fucking know, you know? But I did that shit, and I'm right outside the making the band room, and I guess I go for a little walk, and I fucking collapse, bro. I fucking fall.
Whoa.
And then, like, fucking day later, 2-3 days later, bro, like, all I remember is darkness. I'm gonna be completely banned with you. All I remember is darkness. I do remember hearing my uncle's voice telling me to get up. I will say that I heard my uncle's voice in my head, like, being like, get up, bro. And my uncle's still alive, you know what I'm saying? So it's not like I'm like...
Shout out Uncle.
Shout out Uncle Ryan, man.
Shout out Uncle Ryan.
I was just on the phone with him when we was riding the equipment.
That's
That
awesome.
motherfucker. But, I hear his voice, bro, and I woke up, I opened my eyes, and I feel like I'm the Walking Dead. I got IVs in my arms, bro, and I'm like, oh, fuck, I fucked up. And there's nobody in the room, bro. There's nobody in the fucking room. So I take out the IVs. I'm like, I gotta tell my mom, bro. My mom probably tripping. She like, where the fuck is Malik, you know? Yeah. So I take out my fucking IVs and shit. And I try to get off the bed, and I can't get off the bed. I'm like,
strapped down.
Oh, I look underneath. There's a fucking tube in my dick, bro. They got the fucking the shit for the, what is it?
Catheter.
The catheter. They got a catheter in my fucking pee hole, bro. And I'm like, oh my god. And I'm not trying to take that shit out. I took the IVs. I'm fucking squirting everywhere. I'm squirting blood everywhere, bro, out of my fucking arms, bro. But I'm not gonna take that catheter out, bro.
Yeah.
And the nurse comes in and she's like, what the fuck? Like, chill. What are you doing? I'm like, I gotta go. My mom is probably like tripping right now, bro. I gotta go. And the nurse is like, your mom's out there. She's fine. She knows you're here. Like, but you need to chill out, bro. Like, your heart was not beating. Like, I don't know what the fuck is happening right now, but you need to chill the fuck out. You know, the nurse getting on me, bro. Like, what'd you do? What'd you take? I'm like, man, I don't even know. Like, get me the fuck out of here. Why is there a catheter in my dick? You know what I'm saying? And like, I like chill out. You know, my mom comes in and she's fucking crying. Fucking half the church is in that fucking next room. They're all praying, bro. Cause my heart stopped, bro. So niggas was getting ready to be like, all right, funeral arrangement. We gotta buy a coffin. Like, it was fucking bad. You know, it was really down fucking bad. And at that moment,
They thought it was a rap. Like,
they was ready to call it, bro. It's crazy that they still had shit in me, bro. Cause you know, I think I feel like my shit was still beating when I was in the ambulance. But by the time they had got me in there, that's when it started to slow down. You know. So I was like, oh fuck. And I spent a few days there at the ICU. And, you know, the nurse was very kind to me, and she asked me, and this is the part, like, you know, she asked me, she's like, what do you do? Like, and I was, like, writing rhymes beforehand and, like, doing shit, but I wasn't applying myself to the way that I am now, right? Because I had that taste of death. You know, because I had that taste of death, it's like, I was on a different time. So, and this is going to tie in later to when I met Pharrell, right? So, I just told her, it's like, yeah, like, I want to be, you know, I want to make music, you know what I'm saying? I rap and stuff like that, you know.
Had you ever, like, said that out loud before? Did you think you knew before then?
It's funny because if you look at my Facebook account that I made in the 6th grade, the occupation I chose was rapper. But I wasn't even big on rapping like that, bro. Like I listened to Daft Punk and shit like that. Like I think I just did that as a fucking joke. But if you look at my Facebook occupation that I made when I was like fucking in the 6th grade, it's like rapper artist. So it's like I think maybe like my soul knew something, bro. But like at the time I wasn't even like tripping off nothing like that. I started poetry in middle school and stuff like that. And from middle school upwards, so like 8th grade to high school, like I was still writing in my journal every day, sticking to my fucking self and shit like that. But then my heart stopped, you know what I'm saying? And that gave me that oomph. But after that moment, it was like, okay, like if I'm gonna do this shit, I'm gonna do this right. Cause I have a second chance now. Like I could have fucking died. If I was meant to be dead, I would have died right there. Like I got that taste. And it made me realize like there's still so much that I should be doing. You know what I'm saying? Like even though I hated life, even though I was mad at the world, like I took it upon myself and like, bro, maybe I gotta change, bro, so I can create some sort of change, bro. Like, cause everybody's suffering, bro. Like, I can't save everybody. Like, all I want to do is help motherfuckers, you know. But I can't even help my fucking self. So I get off that, and now I'm on a different type of time. Come up with the name Xanubis, whatever you want to say. And the way that came together was cause, you know, Xanax put me in the afterlife, and Anubis is the Egyptian god of the afterlife. So you know, I got Egyptian heritage. And the thing is, you put the thing that killed me and put me there, and you get the god of that place, the afterlife. You get Zanubis, ex-Anubis, you know. But don't ever say ex-Anubis, I swear to God. I hate when niggas say ex-Anubis, bro. Like, bro, that shit's gross. Don't say it like that, bro.
Maybe if there was like a dash. Bro.
Yeah, maybe if there was a dash. But it's not a PlayStation fucking gamer tag, blood. Like,
XX_Anubis.
Yeah, bro. Oh my God, bro. And so, like, you know, came up with that name, and I was at my crib with this girl, Abby. Shout out Abby, you know what I'm saying?
Shout out Abby.
She, like, you know, she's the one that helped me come up with that because I was playing Smite, and I was playing as Anubis, and I was like, the Egyptian god of the afterlife, reading his, like, description, and then looking at the Xanax, I was like, it makes sense, bro. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I was like, okay, Xans in the afterlife, and I basically, the notion of that name is just a reminder to myself that I want to embalm myself here on earth. So embalmment is the art of mummification. That's preserving the life long after it's dead, right? Preserving the body after it's dead. I want to preserve my spirit on earth and have it be a fruit for other people, you know, either through my music or through my wisdom or through whatever it is I say to people. You know, I want to embalm myself here on this earth. So with my music, I'm going to embalm myself in this realm like a mummy, you know what I'm saying? And keep my spirit going and keep the spirit of change and death going, bro, because death and change, those go hand in hand. Life and death, they go hand in hand, you know. But like, we gotta rise from those occasions, bro. Like, if you're not fucking dead, there's an opportunity to rise, there's an opportunity to grow, to rise and live again. You feel me? And that's the type of time I've been on. So because I was like, oh, I died, I was on one, bro. The Zanubis name, you know, that's where it came from. And I just, after that moment, I had no fear. I had no fear in my body. And it's actually my first tattoo, Fear None, on my fingers.
Want to show the camera?
Fear None.
That's going to be the thumbnail pic.
Fear None. Alright, I had to do it. So, like...
bro, you got the most light-skinned... no white beater.
He hit him with the...
I had to. I was telling Dante, I'm like, hey, bro, listen, I see how you be doing some of these motherfuckers on your thumbnail, respectfully. You know what I'm saying?
It'd be so bad if you had the studs in too.
Oh man, it'd be over, bro. Nah, okay, so
do-rag on.
Yeah,
fuck, you don't get me started, bro. Everybody at my job is like, bro, you need to get waves. I'm like, man,
bro, you could.
I could, but like, why? Why would I? I'm not one of those guys.
You look like, bro, like, you just look like too much like an Edgar. You know the Edgars with waves, bro.
When my facial hair started growing in, I was like, oh, I kind of look like a Latino right now. You know what I'm saying? Reyes. But whatchamacallit? So I had no fear, bro. So I had no kind of fear whatsoever. And I remember going up to this girl and just being like, hey, do you want to go out on a date? And I could tell that she was looking at me like, oh, she would have gone out on a date with me. But then she told me like, I have a boyfriend. And I was like, all right, it's good. But I didn't even feel nothing. I was like, rejection ain't shit. I fucking died, nigga. I came back from the fucking dead, bro. You can't tell me shit. There's one, this blonde girl, she came up to me. She's like, so I heard you did like heroin or something. And I was like, I don't know who the fuck you heard that from, bitch. And I kept pushing. I was like, there's no fear in my body, bro. There was no fear in my fucking body. And like, and that lack of fear, bro, like it built faith, bro. Like, listen, bro, it built so much faith in my body because I was like, if I can do that, like I can do anything, bro. And because I was on that type of time, it was like, okay, every day after school, I'm gonna go record at this studio. I'm gonna go down to the main public library and I'm gonna record. So I was on the type of time where it's like hustle, like go to school, fucking bite my teeth and fucking deal with that shit, and then get out and fucking let all my anger out, let all my pain out, like find that source. And then this kid walks into the fucking studio one day
Hold
I'm like,
on.
all right.
Hold on. Mind you, my voice is like almost like this at this point because the nigga's like still like 13 and I had like fucking like braces and shit like that.
So he's like,
bro.
guy.
So it's a little bit more like this and shit like that. So it's fucking hilarious.
He's like, guy. Hey, guy. And he's like that. He sounds like that. You know what I'm saying?
You know, like if you ask like our friend like Lex, like she'll pull up a video and she's like, oh, he sounds like a bitch. Like,
yeah. Oh yeah, bro. It was so bad, bro. So he comes into the studio, right? Mind you, like I'm like the fucking Dark Knight, bro. Like I'm just in that motherfucker, just like writing my shit out.
Was Bracken there at the time, or was it just Brandon?
I think it was just Brandon. But so it's me and this other kid, Brandon. Shout out Contraband Cartel, man. And we just in there, and we just in that motherfucker. I'm just like writing this shit, right? And I guess he comes in and he's like, oh, you guys are making music in here? You guys are rapping? Or something, not like that word for word, but that was like literally like what he was saying. Like, you guys are rapping? I'm like, I'm just looking at him like, this is my fucking time to be in here. I gotta
talk to me.
Yeah, literally like, I gotta get this fucking work in. And you wanna come in here, you motherfucker. And like, I remember him asking me, he's like, or maybe I asked you, I was like, something along the lines
I think I asked you first.
Yeah, he was like, who's your favorite rapper? I don't even think I said nothing,
Yeah,
did I?
I was trying to set up that joke.
Yeah.
It aged well though.
Yeah, I was like,
What's the joke?
I was cause at the I was like, who's your favorite rapper? Mine's Lil Yachty. That joke aged beautifully.
no, yeah, shout out Lil Yachty, you know, but at that time I was looking at him like, this one night nigga right here, bro. You better like get the fuck out right now. But I started to like, you know, and I'm grateful for you, Pharrell, because like I feel like you've like brought me back to my human element, you know what I'm saying? Because I started off as a kid, I had a wild imagination, then I got sad and depressed, and then I died, and then I was depressed but persistent and willing and had willpower, you know, and a lack of fear and more ambition. So that happened, but that ambition, it was too much, you know, it was too much like serious, like taking myself way too seriously.
It's like what I was talking about earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Too much discipline.
Too much discipline, bro. Too much fucking discipline, and not all of the discipline was the right kind either, you know. So but you know, meeting you, I feel like I got like more of that human element because I was the only child, but I forgot to say I was the only child, so niggas spend a lot of time alone. But me and this kid, I was like, damn, bro, like we got a lot in common. But started talking to him more and shit like that. Then I heard him rap, and I was like, nah, bro, you're allowed in the studio. You can come in, but like ask him, bro. Like anytime another person would like walk by the studio,
this nigga would be like, "What the fuck is you doing?" Like not like that, but he'd like give them like those eyes.
Cause bro, like,
just he's got the notebook. He looks up. He's like,
no, literally,
bro, literally just like this, like.
Who are you? Why are you here?
Yeah, like literally, like, get the fuck out. You know
like,
what I'm saying?
There'd be times like where like niggas would open the door, look at him, and then close it.
Yeah, all the time, bro. All the time,
Thank
bro.
you,
They motherfucker, man. It was rough, but so there's that moment, and yeah, niggas wasn't always like that though, you know. Or I guess niggas was always like this. Like I wasn't always like cordial, kind, polite. You know what I'm saying? Just, you know, insightful.
That's so crazy for me to hear because you're like the most like cordial and like kind person now.
I
so
appreciate
it's like,
that, man.
Yeah, but it's just like it's crazy that even happened.
Nah, yeah, it was not always like that, bro. I used to like look at people and just like I wouldn't judge them. You know, I never judge people because I grew up in the Tenderloin, and it's like I see dead people on the streets. Literally, like you don't know if they're sleeping or if they've OD'd and they're dead. You know, and
It's a tough place.
And so like I never judged people because I knew everybody came from a different walk of life. But the way I saw it was my time is my money, bro. My time is all I have. So it's like I can't be wasting time. Now that I've already died, nah, bro, that shit's coming for me again. I sometimes I had dreams where I felt like the Grim Reaper was chasing me in them. You know what I'm saying? And he was just like I remember this one dream. I'm walking to Walgreens and this man with a dog. The dog starts barking at me. It starts getting red eyes. Next thing I look up, the building shakes and it falls on me, bro, and I die. And I wake up sweating, and I'm like, I couldn't go back to sleep because I thought an earthquake was about to hit, But I recollections and shit where it's like, bro, like, death might be coming after me because I escaped him once. You know what I'm saying?
It's interesting. The first time you told me that story, I had like a, it's weird how like in a short period of time you were like, things you hear and things you read and things you learn can change the perception of something that you hear later in life.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like when you first told me that story, I wasn't as like, I think, obsessed with Steve Jobs' story as I am now. Steve Jobs is like one of my biggest inspirations. But it's funny, he has like a very, when you say your story, it seems very, very similar to something he talks about a lot. He had cancer, and they thought he was going to die. And they told him he had 30 days to live. They ended up finding some like crazy cure to the specific kind of cancer he has. Like, I can't remember exactly what it was, but anyway, he ended up living. And he talks about this a lot. He talks about the idea of conceptualizing death. It's the idea that like when you conceptualize that you have a limited time on Earth and you really wake up every day and you know what matters. I feel like it's a superpower, dude. And not to dismiss your experience, but it's also like
that's exactly what it did, though.
Yeah, I feel like it's genuinely a superpower because there's not very many people in this world that can say they've gone through that. But like, you and Steve Jobs
fucking beat death for that one time.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, if you ask for real,
niggas thought I died in here one time.
What?
Yeah.
How?
I was just gone.
Really?
Just gone. I was just gone.
Like at least that's how it felt to me. Like I was just gone, took a nap. But apparently niggas was like, this nigga not waking up type shit.
Yeah. God. I was gonna say, if I had an action figure for like every era of my life, like that specific era, if I had an action figure and you click the button on it, it literally would only say death is imminent. Because that's all I try to tell people. I'm like, people would try to talk to me about gossip and fuck ass shit that I don't give a fuck about. And I'd look at them like, bro, death is imminent. One time, I went on a drive to LA with my ex, and I want to say you were there, but Naomi, if you're hearing this, I'm so sorry, bro. I'm so sorry. But shout out Naomi, man, because I still got your Disney Plus. But, like, bro, I went down there, right? And we're at the studio. Shout out Samuel Ivy. Shout out, Autumn Fools. But we at the studio with it, and this girl Naomi comes in, and she sits down on the couch.
I wasn't there that time.
And I had a bad habit, bro. Like, I had a bad habit because of my experience. I had a bad habit of constantly going to people who I felt like were living on autopilot and telling them death is imminent. Like, you gotta start trying. You gotta start doing some shit.
Yeah.
Like, I was like a motivational speaker, but like using like darker tones.
It was like negative reinforcement.
Yeah, it's like negative reinforcement. I was like, bro, you gonna die and you wasting all this fucking time? You serious?
Fucking loser.
Not even like loser, just like you're gonna fucking die.
Yeah.
And you're wasting your time about this shit that's not gonna matter 10 years from now. What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
And I remember telling Naomi something similar to that, where I was just kind of like you gotta get going. Like, where are you going? You gotta get going. Like, not in terms of like where are you going after this or where are you going at later tonight. No, where the fuck are you going? Because look at the final destination. It's your fucking death, and you gotta fucking try. Death is imminent. You know what I'm saying? I'd say just like that. She started crying, bro.
Oh.
And I felt bad, but I was like,
But this must sound fucked up. But like,
she needed it.
She needed to hear that.
Yeah, we had a talk. Like, I want to say half a year later, or something like that. And she was just like, I really needed to hear that. I didn't know who the fuck you were, so I felt so attacked at the time.
Yeah, probably.
Like, you're just like a complete stranger telling me some real ass shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, saying some real ass shit. But, that's why I was so edgy. I was too edgy, bro. I was like, death is imminent. Like, yeah, bro. Man, the list goes on about the edginess. But grateful to be where I am now, because it's like, I know not everybody's ready to hear that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because I know not everybody's ready to hear that stuff, I know when to speak and when not to. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could have that conversation with like y'all, because while broke the, oh, we get into deep talks, but if I go up to a random stranger on the street who's suffering, and I can see they're suffering, and I can see that they're living on autopilot, I can't just go up to them and be like, death is imminent, get your shit together, bro.
Yeah.
You could just like nudge him in a direction.
I could just try to, help them for the time being, bro. Like, it sucks because growing up in the Tenderloin, bro, I see the same faces that I seen when I was a little kid that I see now as an adult, sleeping on the streets, asking for money. So that's what, 21 years, bro. Like, that's like
a long time.
It's a long fucking time of motherfuckers just being on the fucking street, bro. And it's like, I've given out, food, blankets, fucking weed, cigarettes, motherfucking all kinds of shit, just out to different kinds of people. Those same people that I've given shit out to, I still see them. Still asking. Still, asking for change, let alone themselves not changing. And now that's not to judge them, but that's just to be like, we can't save nobody but ourselves. We really can't, bro. And I learned that, like, first-hand experience, bro, and it's fucked up. And it's really unfortunate, bro, because, I don't know, I hear about places like, Amsterdam or, like, I want to say it was, like, Sweden or something like that, where they, like, legalize, fucking drugs, like, synthetic drugs like that, like heroin and shit like that. And, like, the number of people doing that shit goes down. Yeah. Like, once they legalize some shit, it goes down.
I think it was, like, also, like, I think the place that did something like it like had really good rehabilitation was, I think it was Sweden.
I think it was.
Sweden has very good prison reform. All their prisons are specifically focused on reform rather than punishment, and that's something that's been like very statistically backed up by the fact that like very few people go back to prison. Whereas in America, the vast majority of people who go to prison go back. The vast majority.
That's fucked up. Could you imagine if we had Sweden's kind of like type of time?
It's interesting. It's hard to understand. Like,
there's also a thing where like that I've like read about and just like seeing where it's like niggas will like, I don't like, for lack of like a better like phrase, like niggas like will like get used to and just like being like institutionalized. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well. I mean, think about
habits.
This kind of wraps back around to what you were talking about. Would you rather be in prison eating bread and water or be sleeping on the street of the Tenderloin?
Yeah.
Damn, bro, that hit me, bro. I mean, but at the same time, it's like I see no difference. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that's like...
Just one you're hungry, one you're not.
Yeah.
It's just different suffering.
Yeah, exactly. It's different suffering.
Because like those niggas, for them, it's like at least I get to like be outside.
Shoot up. At least I get to shoot up.
At least I get to shoot up, be outside, be my. Them niggas like shit. At least I got showers and shit, nigga.
That's how I'm fucking protected for the most part from niggas that want to kill me on a block. Like
I just got other niggas to worry about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Different kind of suffering.
Bruh, that's wild, bro. Oh man, society, bro. We need to come together. We need to get on the same page, bro.
I'd ask you, growing up in the Tenderloin, it's interesting because like I think a lot of people, specifically people who grew up in San Francisco or the Bay Area, the Bay Area and San Francisco, they have a lot of problems, but they really are beautiful places. And so I would ask you specifically about the Tenderloin, where you grew up. Like seeing all those things, like people sleeping on the street, and like even I know you said you had like really dark times being alone there. Do you think of that place as a negative place, or do you think of it as where you're from and you see the beauty in it?
I see it as where I'm from, but I also see it as like a garden that just has not been tended to, a garden where there's so many fruits and so many precious things to be nurtured, but there's none of it. There's no nutrients in the soil, and so there are no trees that are growing. Everything is decaying. It's like walking through a fallout, like a wasteland, but I look at it like a fucking garden, bruh. Like a garden that's just been unattended, and there's a lot of weeds and a lot of like mites and all kinds of shit just fucking shit up, but everything is decaying there.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like upsetting because on one block you have people sleeping on the streets in the fucking cold and dying, and then the next block over you got like H&M and motherfucking Westfield and all that shit.
Dude, do you see that they're building an IKEA on Market?
They are. I'm about to rob that shit.
Fucking ironic is that?
Or the Whole Foods.
Whole Foods, bro, is insane. Dude, even the Whole Foods in Soma is like that too.
Yeah. I'm gonna let y'all know right now, because they're not gonna stop me. I get so much free stuff from Whole Foods. Whole Foods will feed you for free.
Wow. Yeah. Hey, listen. If you know what you're doing, man, you know what I'm saying? Steal from the big corporations.
Don't
steal from no family-owned places.
Niggas.
Yeah. Don't steal from no family-owned places. Just, But every time you want to take a swipe. But what I heard about Target though is that Target got this face. You know, the same shit that we be using on our phones. Like they have a database of people's faces that have stolen.
That's
What is
some
it?
crazy
And they're just-
technology.
yeah,
They like
bro.
let it rack up sometimes.
They let it, no. That's exactly what they do.
yeah,
they let
yeah,
it rack
yeah,
up
I've
till
heard
it's like
that.
over 1,000, so that
That's a felony.
when they catch you, it's done.
Yeah, it's a felony.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's fucked up, bruh. That's some fucked up evil shit, bruh. Target keeping an eye on everybody.
They would have caught me, but they stopped selling Yu-Gi-Oh cards at the one at Metreon.
Oh, there was one. Hey, shout out my boy Giovanni, man. Giovanni, fucking forgot boy's name, bro. I used to play soccer with a ton of kids, and it actually helped me get in more shape because I'd be running a lot. We used to always steal from like Safeway and stuff. But I'll never forget one Christmas. I think it was me and Joe and my other Liam, right? We went to Target. We stole like hella toys and Legos and shit like that, and we just like was giving them out. And shit. That was a sweet moment in my life, bro. I really felt like Robin Hood.
I was gonna say literally Robin.
I literally felt like Robin Hood, bro.
Robin Hood shit, Robin in the Hood shit.
Yeah, bro. It was fucking amazing, bro. But I also kept some Legos for myself. I'm a fine Lego connoisseur, man. Shout out Legos.
That Bay Area thing, or not even.
I just want to say I really appreciate you for making that reference. Like, just like that shit, just like.
Dude, please tell me you got that reference.
Yeah, that shit hit different for me.
Robin Hood shit, Robin in the Hood shit. Yeah, no, but dude, I think specifically in San Francisco, the incredible. I guess the best way to say it would be wealth disparity between the upper class and the lower class. It's almost like I turned my shit up by accident. It's almost like shocking. I was at the Giants game a couple weeks ago, and after with some homies or whatever, walking down whatever street the Giants stadium's on. I forget the name of the street, but just like past Pier 39 and everything, and it was a couple piers before 39. There was this homeless dude sitting on the pier. And I have a friend who's a street photographer. Shout out Joey. Joey's been part of the Bridge.
Man.
Does great shit.
Chucky's calling me right now.
Oh.
I will call him in a little bit.
All right, it's good. We'll call him on air.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so we're like on the pier, and he took this picture of this homeless man. He was sitting on the corner of the pier with like he was there with his cart and everything, all his stuff. And the way he framed it was like he was at the bottom, above him were the skyscrapers, and you can see the Salesforce Tower above him. And I thought it was a really powerful picture because it really shows probably the biggest problem with San Francisco.
Yeah.
And it's the discrepancy between the poor and the rich.
Absolutely.
And there are people in this city that have more than anybody in the world, sleeping above people who have less than anything in the world. And I just think there has to be some way, shape, or form in this capitalist society that we can regulate that. There has to be some way, shape, or form that we can begin to close that gap. And, some would say that's done through different taxing. Some would say that's done through regulating billionaires. Some would say that's done through hubbing the homeless. There's all kinds of ways it could be done. I don't know the answer. Yeah. But it's a very apparent problem in San Francisco specifically.
Listen, bro. Grab my hands. Check this out, bro. We are going to inherit this earth, and we're going to make it a lot better than what it was when we first got here, bro.
You're right.
Listen, we're going to inherit this earth, bro.
Also,
we're gonna inherit
equality
this
is a fucking scam. Equity, nigga.
Yeah,
Equity.
man. Hey, because we can think about these things, bro, we can motherfucking change them, bro.
Yeah.
Because we can vision it, bro, it means it can happen, bro. So it's like this. We are consciously aware of our problems. We can come to a solution. It's going to take time. It's going to need all of us to be on the same page. But that's why we're doing this, and the reason why I really appreciate you I'm grateful for you to, come out here and fucking record me and shit like that on air.
No, dude, I
but like
appreciate you.
just what you're doing in general is like going around the different artists and like it's weaving together. You're like a web, bro. Like you're like the physical.
You so much,
you're like the physical web. You know what I'm saying? Like you're just, or maybe the better term is you're the fucking physical wire, the electricity surge between these different brigades. Because me and Pharrell and our boy V Tizzle and Lex, hold on, we used to always talk about like, man, the city's finna hit a renaissance. The city is gonna hit a renaissance, and it's happening, bro. And motherfucker, everybody gonna be on the same page. Everybody, the punk scene is alive and well right now.
Oh my god, yeah.
The punk scene is alive and fucking well. So shout out like Warning and fucking Moms with Bangs. Shout out y'all, man.
Shout out.
And fucking Witch Melter, all y'all motherfuckers, man. But like punk scene is alive and well. You know, rap scene is going up. We got more niggas than just like hyphy ass niggas. You know what I'm saying? We got all kinds of different arts happening, bro. And it's like the renaissance is happening. But if we could all come together somehow, and like do some shit for our fucking city, bro, it'd be over, bro. You know what I'm saying? If we could stand side by side, bro, no beef, no fucking envy, no jealousy, just as one. Oh my God, bro, we could create real change in our city, bro. We could revolve, bro. We could revolt. The art is what fuels the cities, bro, and civilization, but we just all gotta be on the same type of time. There's just weirdos. There's people that have hidden intentions together on the same motherfucking page, and we could fucking stand together, but you know what? We gotta be on the same page. Why? Because there's too many weirdos and people with hidden agendas, and like just not good vibes, bro. And so like I feel like the one thing that's stopping the Bay Area from really cross-pollinating in the way that it could be, and becoming so innovative and efficient in the way it could be in terms of music and the arts, is just that some of these people are doing it for the wrong reasons.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Most of them are.
I wanted to say it's almost like an infection too.
Yeah.
Where it's like even like the bad vibes and even like the like bad intentions, where it's like niggas will like have that, and like it's like you gotta cut that shit off from you, because if you don't, it'll bleed. It'll bleed in and
I've had moments.
Else.
Yeah, I've had moments where I met people and I thought like, oh shit, this motherfucker really has good intentions for me, and then boom, they're poisoning me, and then next thing you know, they're poisoning the people around me, and it's like, fuck, they're poisoning everything.
And then because they poison the people around you begin to poison you,
and begin to poison their fucking people. You know what I'm saying?
And that's not to like diss them, but that's just to be like,
fuck,
you gotta get well so you don't affect people, nigga. And wear your fucking mask.
Yeah. One thing that fucks me up, bro, is like, I don't even like. I think personally, like, okay, I'm trying to be a good person. I'm trying to be better than who I was yesterday. If I yell at somebody in traffic because they honk at me or because they cut me off or something, I'm gonna try not to do that today if it happens again. Like, I'm just trying to be a better human being every fucking day, right? And I want to say I'm doing this shit for the right reasons. Like, oh, I want to liberate myself from suffering and show other people how to liberate themselves from suffering. I think I'm doing this shit for the right reason, bro. But like, I don't know if that is the right reason. You know, it could be something completely higher than that, or something that I have not even imagined yet. You know what I'm saying? But if we could all be on the type of time where it's like let's just be good human beings. Let's do this shit because we love it. Let's do this shit because we love it. Let's not do it because we're expecting something. A lot of people, I feel like, go into this music shit with a lot of entitlement. You know, like, oh, bro, like,
I deserve this.
I deserve this, bro. Like, I'm this guy. Like, you need to give me headliner, or you need to give me this amount of money for me to do this. Like, I'm in the business of living in my gift. So if I'm living in my fucking gift, me, Malik Xanubis, if I'm living in my fucking gift, I'm gonna give it for free. I don't give a fuck if I get paid or not, bro. I'm gonna live in my gift and give it out, bro. Cause what the fuck? What the fuck I look like charging somebody, hey man, $2,000 for a feature? Hey, bro, I ain't shit. Unless I get to the point where it's like my feature will give somebody the same amount, $2,000. I am not finna charge nobody $2,000, bro. Because I'm trying to operate in win-wins, bro. Like, if we do something together on a business prospect, you gotta win and I gotta win.
Yeah.
Otherwise, one of us is being a bandit and is winning while the other one loses. Or we're both committing stupidness and the opposite of intelligence because we're committing an lose-lose. That's ridiculous, you know? So
one thing that you said, and me and Mateo say a lot, is either live in your gift or you forget that you even have it.
Amen, bro. Hey, when I die, put that on my tombstone, guys, because that's the realest shit that I feel like, man, like I can't stress that enough, bro, because everybody got a gift. But guess what? We're not focused. And guess what? We are disillusioned. And guess what? We're on autopilot. So how the fuck you even gonna know you have a fucking gift when you fucking moving like a robot?
And it's even the fact that like niggas like where we live, like we get to like do that shit. Like there's like niggas in places where like they're just in circumstances where like niggas they don't get to rap. They don't get to garden. Nigga, like
it's not around them.
Yeah. They don't get to, bro. It's a privilege, bro. I mean, dude, you ever think about how, like, when you're driving sometimes, you ever, like, tune out while you're driving? And then, like, you're like, oh, I'm driving.
Yeah.
Bro, when that happens to me, I get so fucking mad because
it's like disassociation.
Yeah, I get so fucking mad because I'm like, bro, that's a loss of time right there, bro. That is a loss of fucking time.
It's literally disassociation. I feel like the same thing happens with the floating that we were talking about, you know?
Oh, that's what I was gonna. I forgot I wanted to say that. Like the book that Shuggy had put us on to, like the terminology. Yeah, the terminology they used for it was like drifting.
Yeah, drifting.
Yeah, drifting, bro. Hey, if you want to stop drifting, you got to take a look at your habits, you know, because most likely it's your habits that's causing you to drift. What habits make a drifter? Living in fear, being afraid to do whatever it is you think you need to do, that will cause you to drift. Letting other people's opinions and energies influence you, that will cause you to drift. Motherfucking not having any kind of faith that the world is going to get better, that will cause you to drift. A habit of fucking smoking every morning, that will cause you to drift. Drinking every weekend, that will cause you to drift. Even fucking sex, bro, having too much fucking sex, that shit will cause you to drift. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
an underrated one that people don't think about a lot.
Yeah, man, because sex is awesome. Sex is awesome.
But everything that's awesome can be equally as terrible.
Absolutely, man.
It's like, I feel like, because everybody's different, everybody has their too much. You just gotta know, like, nigga, like, if you over here like busting like 10 times a day, 30 times per night, like, okay, nigga, Jesus. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, chill out, you know what I'm saying? Or if you out here like smoking like, I say like over like 10 blunts a day, my nigga, like, I'm not like some niggas, like, I guess like Uncle Snoop, like he
Uncle Snoop,
he could smoke 10 blunts a day and still be like cool as fuck. But not everybody Uncle Snoop, not everybody got they same like limits and shit like that to still like do shit that's cool and like be productive.
Well, at the same time though, Uncle Snoop,
he earned it.
He earned it, bro.
Oh, hell yeah.
He earned it, bro.
Changed the game.
Bro, I saw this video of like Uncle Snoop doing some shit where he was just like on a video with some like some SoCal girl like trying to make it in the music industry, and he just spits like a 16 bar, but I know he got the bag, you know what I'm saying? And then when we were talking about it, because it was somebody that Rilo knows, motherfucking
Shout out
Rilo, motherfucking dude. We were just like thinking to ourselves like, damn, this nigga Snoop Dogg really just completing hella side missions right now, bro. Like just getting that paper,
everywhere.
Bro.
He's literally everywhere, bro. I talk about this all the time.
His life right now is New Game Plus.
Yes,
he's on New Game Plus.
His life's like Minecraft,
bro.
No, literally, bro.
Everything.
He's everywhere, bro.
Lighter commercials.
The fact that Snoop Dogg fucking commentated the Jake Paul boxing match, bro.
Bruh.
He's literally everywhere. Like, this fool can do whatever he wants, dude.
No,
and
literally.
I think I noticed like who else just like Mike Tyson is starting to slide into that too, where he's like at the like, and it also just comes with like age too.
Yeah.
And just like, I don't know, I guess old niggas just like be old niggas, but like he's just like sliding into the bag where like he's doing whatever the fuck he want to.
I love watching Mike Tyson interviews.
He has so many. Yeah.
Bro, because you can always kind of smell the fear and the person that's like interviewing them.
It's like, hi.
Yeah, there's like, yeah, Mike Tyson, like deep down screaming.
But like he's just like, yeah, Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
He's like on shrooms.
Yeah, he's like, oh. Hey, Mike Tyson, bro, if you hear this, bro, like, let's take some shrooms, bro. I'm trying to box, bro. Like, I'm trying to get so good at boxing, Mike Tyson, bro. Like, I know you could teach me some things. You know?
I also feel like everybody who interviews him has, like, this, like, inadvertent fear. They're like, wow, this person really could kill me right now.
Yeah.
Like, with his bare hands. Like, this person could just get up and murder me.
You
with his 2 hands.
You ever watch the show Baki?
No.
Okay.
I just had niggas watching that last night.
Bro, so Baki is like this, like, it's like a manga that turned into an anime, and basically there's just people in that world that are just built different. Like, they're super muscularly fit, they can fucking fight, bro. They're just shredded, like superhuman, and like
That's
some of them,
that's
like,
a gift.
yeah, and and some of them, bro, like you can see, like they show the reactions of like civilians around them, and it's like they all just like get this overwhelming fear, like everybody's terrified because it's like there's an apex predator right next to me. You know what I'm saying?
You know what's kind of weird though?
What's that?
I kind of get that and relate to that in like a weird way because I feel like when I first started interviewing people,
You like, I'm an apex predator.
yeah, some of my fucking apex predator.
Yeah, I gotta get that on the shirt.
That would be a fire shirt. No, but like when I first started interviewing people, bro, like it was weird. Sometimes like being in spaces like a bunch of musicians, like that can be intimidating, you know.
Yeah.
And it's like now, like I'm more comfortable in these spaces than like anywhere else in the world. But it's like at first, like, dude, that can be intimidating. So I get that in a weird sense, you know. I kind of learned though over a period of time that I'm like, I'm not gonna like, I kind of stopped people who I don't click with, people who I don't connect with. I kind of stopped trying to like impress them or like be like click with them.
Yeah.
Because I feel like people like that, people who you're around who just constantly make you feel like you have to prove themselves to them.
No,
You're never gonna prove themselves to them, and two, you don't want to.
Yeah. That's real shit, man.
Yeah.
That's a good reminder to anybody, man, that be feeling like they're hanging around people that they constantly have to prove themselves to. Because it's like, bro, like, I don't know, the real ones will accept you for who you are.
Yeah.
Oh, that
You know what I'm
just
saying?
listen. Just your big homie is not the nigga telling you to hit that lick. Your big homie is the nigga telling you to get employed.
Yeah. Big homie's the person telling you to go write, to go to the studio, to go work.
Yeah.
Yeah. If that nigga like really give a fuck about you, and that's just like in any sense, that nigga will keep you out of trouble.
Yeah.
Nobody putting you in trouble like
Cares
it's
about you.
literally.
Good person.
I don't think
Shit.
like I need niggas to realize that.
Yeah. No, that's super true. It's really easy to like kind of develop false idols in your life too.
Yeah.
People who you look up to for no real reason, and then you just like you're so like you're just badgering them to prove yourself to them, and it's like, nah, bro, don't prove yourself to anybody. I know I already referenced this movie. My favorite movie ever is Moneyball. I think
Yeah.
it's on my mind because I was watching it the other day.
Nice.
But there's a quote from it.
Oh, is it still going?
That's kind of sick.
He has the lights.
Oh.
Team light skin, light skin, light skin.
I think you unplug the thing.
Is the camera still going?
Yeah.
Everything's still going?
Yeah.
You want to just shoot with no lights real quick?
Yeah.
Alright, it's kind of sick, kind of a vibe.
Light skin,
Yeah, fuck
light
it.
skin,
We on the second half, the dark side of the moon.
light skin.
We are light skinned.
Actually,
we got it.
That was kind of cool. Actually.
I think we gotta-
What if I'm like,
for
Yeah,
our
you're
sake.
right.
I'm like, I'm light skinned and I'm up to no good.
He's the Drake memes, bro.
Oh,
Drake,
don't
the
get me
type of guy
started.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but there's a quote in Moneyball. It's like one of my favorite quotes ever, I think. And it's this scene where Billy Bean's talking to like he has this there's like this guy he meets named wow, why can I not remember his name right now?
It's okay.
Yeah, I know, but it's like I just watch it. So
Yeah,
I
you
watch
can
him
just put it up.
constantly.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, but now it's gonna bother me if I don't figure it out. Fucking
Jermaine Jones.
Jermaine?
I don't know.
Smitty Werben-Jaeger.
Maine Jensen.
He was number one.
This is gonna kill me, bro.
That's good. Ready? I'm about to give
Oh,
you this.
Pete.
Oh.
Pete.
Okay.
I don't know why I couldn't remember his name.
I was gonna be like, show him the journal, buy him more time.
No,
Yeah.
yeah. Anyway, though.
Pete.
Pete. He showed. That was a mental lapse.
That happens.
Yeah,
That
no,
happens.
that was like a. Anyway, though, he's talking to Pete, and he goes, he says, it's a problem you think we need to explain ourselves. Don't to anyone. And like that quote, I had to reread that a couple times, rewatch it to like understand what he meant exactly, because it's worded kind of strange. But when he says it's a problem that you think we need to explain ourselves, I think what he's saying is like, people around you, you don't have to tell anybody your next move. You don't have to explain to anybody why you're doing something.
Yeah.
Know why you're here and know how you're going to get to the places that you know you need to be.
Amen.
There's nobody in this world that, if they really love you, they're not going to make you explain what you're doing to them.
Yeah. They're not gonna fucking bother you tediously,
Yeah.
like motherfucker. Like, why are you pursuing music, motherfucker?
Exactly.
Why do you not have a job? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're not
Don't
gonna
explain
ask
yourself to anybody.
Yeah.
I forget who said this, or like where I got it from exactly, but it was explanation kills art.
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense.
I mean, shit. Can you explain this? Sorry,
There's
I'm
absolutely no
showing my
explanation to
fucking like, yeah.
Well, what were you writing
Nah,
down?
let
Do you
him
have
know
an
it's
idea,
written.
I just write down all kinds of shit in here, bro. This is why people at my job think I'm crazy.
When it gets to that point, like, is this the one where you can see the progression?
Up from the screen.
Yeah. This is why people think I'm fucking crazy, you know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, like, you don't need to explain yourself to nobody,
It sounds
and I
impressive.
completely agree with that. Thank you.
Now you can like write that.
Yeah, that
song.
is really impressive. Don't explain yourself to
Came at
anybody.
the cost of my life, you know what I'm saying? No, you don't gotta explain yourself to
It's
nobody,
even
bro.
funny, bro. I remember like I slid you a notebook one time, bro. When I like when I tell you it looked like this nigga took a paintbrush to the fucking book, bro. Like you wrote like huge as fuck. So just that contrast.
Oh man, it's like growth and evolution in different ways.
Yeah. Hey, Zen. Last thing I want to ask you
What's that?
Before we call Chucky.
before we call Chucky. Oh yeah, we should call Chucky. We really should call Chucky.
Okay.
I'll ask you this, and then we'll call. Actually, no, let's call Chucky, and
Okay,
then I'll
okay.
ask you this, so we can end on this.
Let me call this guy.
Shout out Chucky.
Voicemail. Shout out Chucky, man. I'm gonna be like, you won Music Matters. Won.
Hello?
Hello, is this Chucky?
No, this is Astor who's calling.
Hey, I just wanted to call you to let you know you've won a lifetime supplies worth of toilet paper.
Shit, I'll give that to Yami.
You're on Music Matters. You're live.
Oh, hi, how you doing? This is SU Chucky. Shout out to, no, real rap though. Shout out to all the Strife I eat, you know. We doing our thing out here. Shout out to my nigga Zanubis, you know. And Strife I eat.
Yeah.
Free Zan, by the way.
Oh yeah.
By the time he frees over.
It sounds like this is like the call. This is like from jail, you know, like the interlude on the album.
Yeah. You want to say what's up to Dante and Pharrell?
Yeah, what's up, guys?
What's up, Chuck? How you doing, bro?
Chilling. Nah, man. Definitely all of us is making history.
Hey, man.
Right.
Slowly seeing, especially you, Dante.
History.
I'm gonna
Thank
fuck
you, bro.
history.
At like 9:10. No, I'm off tomorrow, Thursday, right?
Yeah.
I'm there.
Oh, it's so good, bro. Thank you so much.
We gotta have an after party then.
Yeah, let's do
There's
it.
2 shows
Let's kick
happening
it.
tomorrow.
It's good, bro. Oh no, for real, let's kick it.
Let's
You
do
said
it.
2 shows.
Yeah, Sam's playing a show.
Me and the band Comfort and Chaos, we're gonna be playing with AF.
Where?
What do you play?
I rap.
Well,
No.
Let him know. You take
I play the keys and drums, but I'm not playing keys and drums for this
Okay.
band, yeah. And that's at Rickshaw Stop. It was hella close to DNA.
Rickshaw Shop.
Rickshaw Stop.
What time?
I don't know, like 8 to something.
Like 8?
Yeah.
I'm-
Rickshaw Stop. Rickshaw Stop.
I'm-
Rickshaw
So you
Stop.
off tomorrow, Zay?
Yeah. Yes.
Wait, you can get off Thursdays now?
I'm off Wednesdays and Thursdays. That's actually always been the schedule. No, sir.
Alright, well,
Hook me up with the
see
you
you guys tomorrow.
Ooh,
man,
yup,
and,
wonkers.
Yeah, bring the Wonkers.
Strafait.
Strafait?
I'll try to get some Wonkers.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. We gonna be on the Wonkers tomorrow, okay, Dante?
Oh wait, hold on. I also wanted to ask you before you leave. Did you want to do Nightcrawler at the July 23rd show?
Like, shoot it.
Oh, we could shoot. That would be so sick. Yeah.
Oh wait, you said performance? You can do performance. I was trying to.
Hey, what day is that show on, man?
What show? I'm there.
Apollo
Yeah.
and Friends, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Shout out
down for that.
Apollo,
I forgot
man.
about that.
What day is that show on?
Yeah, we can just merge them, bro.
What day is it on?
But, it's on. I don't know the date.
Saturday.
It's a Saturday. Damn.
See?
Pull up.
I can't even be there, bro. That's so sad.
Oh.
Bro, how much less of your probation, bro?
I get off August 22nd.
Oh my god, it feels like forever. We got one more left.
I know. I'm in prison, bro. I'm on my solo Yuji arc. You know, in the manga, like nobody knows where the fuck he is.
Hey yo, speaking of Yuji, bro, have you been reading lately?
Bruh,
Yeah,
bro. The jackpot nigga going crazy.
That nigga Hikari, bro. He said idle death gamble. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Shout out, man. Yeah, Pharrell was, hey, let me see that phone. Yo, Pharrell was reading that shit. He's like, all these niggas talking about idle this, idle that. They not getting active. Funny.
Bro, no, look, real shit though. The nigga about to try. He said, "Where's Sukuna at?" He said, "Who's the strongest?" That nigga, what's that nigga name? The villain?
Oh, yeah.
The alien villain nigga.
Yeah. I forgot
He
his
was
name.
like-
Too many niggas.
He was like Sukuna the strongest, and the OG looked at him and was like, "I want to fight Sukuna." He's like, "Go ahead, go after him." Nigga, that
That's
shit
bad
be
though.
real.
He gonna see
Shit about
Sukuna
getting real.
and Yuta. It's gonna be bad.
Bro, Yuji on one. Anyway, hey, look, we'll let you go right now, okay, bro? But we'll talk
Alright,
to
Chuck.
Yo, yeah, good luck. Yeah,
Bye,
good
Chuck.
Luck, shout out to y'all. Strafait.
Shafai. Damn, bro.
Good guy.
Good guy.
Good guy.
That boy Hikari, man. Idle this, idle that.
He's gonna
Not
get
getting
active.
Active. Yeah.
You know who get active? You know who not? Fushiguro. Fushiguro
Hey, shout out,
active.
man. Shout out Megumi, man.
Man, them niggas active.
Let them know, man. Hey, do you have the Chainsaw Man on you?
The chainsaw man? Yeah, I slid it in my backpack.
Oh, can you pull that out and pull it to the page with
With the shorties?
Yeah. We gotta show you something crazy. Man. We got shout out Chainsaw Man. Shout out Manga Man. Hey man, if you guys get the chance to watch some anime, you guys should search up a redo of the Healer, and y'all should watch that. Y'all should watch episode 3 and episode 2.
I flipped to this shit so fast.
Yo, bro, look at this shit, bro. Take a look at that shit. That shit kind of crazy.
This manga volume
Yeah, take
like
a
has
picture.
so much.
I don't like
parallels
how
to my
like
life.
how like
It makes you feel.
accurate. Yeah. You're right, bro.
Welcome to the dark side.
What's that the real
Yeah. It's like welcome to the dark side. Like growing up, you're like, oh, I'm gonna read this manga. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo.
Hey, hold on, let me show these niggas what we talk about for real.
You know what I'm saying?
Hold on.
About to show somebody getting active.
Yeah, this is somebody getting active.
The shorties.
This is how you get active,
Oh
nigga.
man, that's some active.
This is how you get active, nigga.
That's some active shit right there. This motherfucker's beating his ass. Here you go.
That's how you get active,
Oh.
nigga.
Bro, the detail's crazy.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Somebody drew all that, bro.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
I think about that shit too much. Like,
Take a
bro,
picture of that.
niggas
Or even
really
like,
draw that
I think
shit.
like shit like Vagabond.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Beautiful.
Goddamn.
All right, before we get too off track,
Yeah.
Mr. Xanubis,
Yes, sir.
if there's one like overarching message that you could impart via your music onto the world, what would it be?
No, let cloud chasing get you killed.
Yeah, that and keep faith, abandon fear. Keep faith and abandon fear. You know, most times we face obstacles that feel like it's the end of the world. But look at your track record. Look at everything you've been through. You know, look at every single obstacle you thought was the end of the world. You're past that. You know, so any obstacle in front of you is nothing compared to the millions of obstacles you've already faced. You know what I'm saying? Keep faith in yourself that you're going to be able to get through anything, and abandon the fear that you'll amount to nothing. You have a gift, live in it, and liberate yourself and be a good person, help everybody around you, you know? We got to operate in win-wins.
Yeah, win-wins only.
Win-wins only, man.
Hey man, give you your flowers real quick. You're killing shit, bro. I
Aw,
appreciate
thank
you.
man. Thank
You're putting on for the city in a big way, man.
Hey,
I
man.
can't wait to see what the future holds.
I appreciate
And for
that.
real, bro, thank you for hopping on.
Yeah. All I forgot to tell you is I'm like y'all niggas know me. I know like I talk a little bit differently than like my rapper voice. I'm Vazh if you don't know. I'm the nigga that sounds like a little ass kid on his songs.
I just want to say thank you, Dante, for doing what you're doing. Just feel like it's almost like feels like the missing link, you know, because
Thank you, bro.
there was a time in me and Pharrell's like history and B Tizzle and like all of us where we would try to go like, okay, and even, you know, shout KJ, you know, we would try to go like, okay, we're gonna go to this show and we're gonna try to like, we were like on some building the Avengers type of time where it's like, oh man, like these people have these like skills and gifts, these people have skills and gifts here, we can make these two people unite and they can build something together, and oh, that'd be epic. And then like we were always like trying to like look at this place like a fucking chessboard, you know, and trying to be like, yo, like, okay, this is where we gotta move, like this is where we gotta show up to, this is how we can liberate the area here, you know what I'm saying? Like we were on that type of time, but I feel like, you know, we all got kind of consumed with our own work and our own personal crafts and our personal self-development. So it was like, damn, like we don't have the time to be going into every neighborhood, into every borough, into every alleyway to find, you know, the next gem. But because there's gems everywhere, you know, but they're all just scattered. We're all just scattered around the fucking city, all around the coast of California and all over the fucking world. But in our neighborhoods, man, we're just scattered, bro. And then, you know, nobody knows that person's a gem until the whole world knows they're a gem, right? So like I feel like you're doing the Lord's work, bro, by just going around and like giving your time up to these people and giving a platform for motherfuckers to just speak on who they are, you know, like shout out PJ, man, shout out Af, man, you know, shout out fucking the Strife, man, shout out everybody, Frenzy, bro, shout out, you know, all these motherfuckers, me or B, like all these people that you interview, like I know some of these fools, man. It's like it makes me happy to see them getting that recognition that they deserve, you know.
And that's all I want to do. There's a lot of. We're from a very special place. There's a lot of stories here that I think need to be told, and they can change people's lives, you know. And I'm just, I feel lucky and blessed every day that I'm allowed to help people tell them, give people a platform to tell them.
When I watch your shit, bro, I get the same kind of like dopamine that I get when I watch like Joe Rogan podcast. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you, man.
And I really do enjoy like. Just like, I don't know, when I'm playing video games or like driving to work, like I don't listen to music no more. I just kind of listen to podcasts, shit like that. So it's like, grateful for that, bro.
Dang, I'm grateful for you,
you're,
bro.
You're on the right path, man.
I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much.
God's work.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, both you guys, tell them where they can find your music, follow you, all that stuff.
So you can search up Xanubis, Xanubis. That's Xanubis. Don't say that though. And you know, SoundCloud, Apple Music, Spotify, everywhere, bro. Pretty much everywhere. YouTube. You can subscribe to Shadow No Source.
He drops constantly on there.
Man. Music videos every Friday and shit like that. Just, you know, you could just tap in. You know, you can shoot me a DM and be like, hey man, what's your favorite record? I'll send you some shit. All my shit is mostly on SoundCloud. Like the highest discography is on SoundCloud. There's like 370 something tracks on SoundCloud. Jeez. And then like the like when you go on Spotify and iTunes, you're just gonna find like the synthesized version of that, which is like the albums and stuff like that. And then some music videos on YouTube and shit like that. But it's constant growth, man. And you can find Pharrell stuff on the same platforms. You know, we have a lot of shared records, but you know, this year.
This is different. It's looking different now.
It's looking different.
They're watching.
Listen, let me say for all y'all niggas so far. Oh, where's Vazh? None of y'all niggas talk about. Oh, you need a drummer. I'm like, nigga, work with me. I ain't see y'all niggas trying to work with me.
Yeah, man. Hey, it's just looking up, man, for everybody, and the city's in a renaissance right now.
It really is, bro. I can't wait to come back in like 5 years from now.